shitty hits on. But I was so proud. I was like, look. And Nicole's like, look at you. You made a box.
It's
and
like when they start making fire. You know what I mean? Get that. Have you ever seen that movie? What was that movie? Quest for Fire.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, of course.
That was.
Does that mean we're recording or not recording?
Yeah, no, we're recording. We were on a roll. I wanted to get
Slide
down.
these out of the way for you so you can.
You brushing up on your DC lore? Marvel Universe map by map, an atlas from Asgard, and then to Wakanda.
Asgard to
Oh,
Wakanda, baby. And then
this is like a history of DC Comics.
History of DC.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fucking nerd right here.
That's what I'm saying. Welcome everybody back to the 2026 episode number 1.
2026, episode 1.
I hope everybody had a good Christmas.
Merry
good,
Christmas, folks.
New
Happy
Year's.
holidays. New Year's. Happy New Year.
I hope that all that you,
I hope
Hope
your Hanukkahs
for-
were nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
all that stuff was chill.
Yeah. Safe New Year's. Healthy New Year's.
I didn't do shit. Did you?
No. I mean, I didn't work. We had dinner, and the boy was with his grandma, and I don't, who knows where the daughter was. So we had dinner and then came back
She
here.
was incommunicado, huh?
We decorated this. Initially, it's a little torn apart now, but yeah, there was streamers and balloons and stuff. We threw.
You know, I forget. And it's totally my fault, but I also got to remember that you have it's like you have a 7-year-old kid with grandma.
Yeah.
You got the teenager that's MIA.
Most of the time.
Doing God knows what.
God knows what.
And so it's just like, hey man, it's that part of like, man, I still want to enjoy New Year's, but I can't really enjoy New Year's anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you just fucking do something at home.
We were like, hey, let's just, and like we knew Lincoln wasn't going to be with us, and we knew that he wouldn't stay up till midnight. So we did New Year's, and we went and found live streams from other places in the world that were having New Year's at the
New
same time.
Year's.
Watched videos. We drank sparkling Welch's grape juice. Had a bunch of streamers in here. Had a little dance party,
Right.
and he had a blast because for him we did the countdown.
Yeah, you were just doing some shit and something that wasn't boring.
So he was psyched. He had a good time. We did that, and then played some games, and then he went on his way. We had dinner, and then it's like, hey, do we want to go out? Well, we were gonna go out.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a joke. This is actually a funny story, a mildly funny story, not hilarious, just mild. And we were sitting there debating on like 3 different things we could do. We knew what we weren't going to do. We knew what kind of a night we weren't going to turn it into, right? We weren't going to go into my wild
There was a
clubs.
third option that was never going to be an option.
Yeah. And we were like,
You were
hey,
just trying to like, delude yourself.
yeah. We're both like, what if? And she was like, yeah. And it
You
was
know
like
what we hadn't done in a while.
7:30. It's like, hey, we're not doing
Remember when we used to go do
Right.
this?
none of that. So we named off 3 different establishments we were thinking about going, and I said, hey, these, she said no to this one, and I said no to one. So I said, hey, this seems like a great idea. And we rolled into the parking lot, walked inside, and the bartender goes, hey, we're actually closing up. They're having some private event at the hall next door, so we're just going to close up for the night. And we were like, oh. And Nicole's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, hey, let's just go home. And she's like, what? I was like, let's run to Buc-ee's, right?
Look,
Grab
take
some
the opening.
snacks.
the door's open.
Yeah.
Let's take this opening and get the fuck out
I
of
was
here.
like, this is it. This is we couldn't decide. The fate has been decided for us. And she's like, well, why don't we try? I was like, no. We agreed to not the other places.
right.
So this was the one we both agreed on. It's a no-go.
It's a wash.
I got an idea.
Right.
And that turned out to be the best.
You had to
We
pivot.
didn't do anything.
You
but
had
it
to
was
pivot. You know what I
Gotta
mean?
pivot.
You got to pivot.
It was perfect. It was a mellow, chill,
Pivot
nothing.
into what you probably really wanted to do in the beginning, but,
That's
kept
it.
trying
It
to
worked.
tell yourself that lie
Yeah, it
that-
worked.
that you needed to be out.
Yeah, we had a nice, chill, mellow time. I wasn't working.
Nah, me and my brother, I went and got like fried fish from this joint that's in LaGrange.
Yeah.
And then we just watched, we were watching that Designated Survivor
Mm-hmm.
show on Netflix
Yeah.
with O'Kiefer.
That's a good one.
It is, but then sometimes they get a little, where they're kind of having those moments where it's like, I took a vow as president to protect the people.
That's too much.
You know what I mean?
Right. When I say it's a good one, I mean I put it on in passing over the
and
years.
And they really trying to turn Kiefer into some, like, clean as, preacher sheets as far as, like, not being, like, the most unlikely person is, like, the most kind and, straightforward and, trying to have the goodness of the heart. And I'm like, man.
I swear to God.
See, that's the problem is people believe in this, like everybody has to look. I said this before. Look, if there's people in higher positions making lots of money, that's fine. They're working the system, that's fine. What I'm saying is, if you make sure everybody else get a little bit, get a little taste, you know what I'm saying? If the gases go down and price of milk goes down,
right.
And, maybe you ease up on some taxes here and there.
Yeah, that's what people want.
You know what I mean? Lower some interest rates where people can buy a home and not be, paying fucking 10% APR.
Yeah, that's what people want.
And then people are like living their lives, and right, and it's like it's like the best smokescreen is like fucking Escobar fucking handed out turkeys on Thanksgiving.
Blow up whatever country you need to blow up.
Yeah.
Kidnap who you need to kidnap if my interest rates are low and gas.
What I'm
is
saying
cheap.
is like, I was straight up. They were like, hey, the president of Venezuela was kidnapped and brought to the U.S. And then you hear U.S. sees the tanker with like 11 million barrels of oil. I'm like,
makes sense now.
I'm just hitting that fucking Gas Buddy app, waiting to see that $2 somewhere, and then I
hit $2 on that.
I've been coasting on like $15 every time I go to the pump because I'm waiting for that big super low fill up. I know it sounds ridiculous.
No, it's exactly right. It's exactly. I used to do it with a motorcycle because it was so cool because motorcycle got 83 miles to the gallon, right? And it held 3 gallons, and I was like, I can fucking. And whenever I found a gas, it was like $1.88, $1.97. I was like, hey, guess what?
You're getting topped off.
I'm driving for hundreds of miles on $4. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, everybody was like, "Oh, what about the constitutional conflicts and NATO, blah blah blah." I was like, "Yo, it's finna be like 2015 gas prices here in a minute."
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how you are with not just geopolitics per se, but like geography in general, right?
Right.
I could. And to this day, even before the Russian debacle, I could have never found Ukraine on a map, right?
No,
I couldn't find Wyoming on an American map, right?
Well, 50-50, I was going to be wrong. You know what I mean?
I'm saying. And so,
especially when you get to them top states, they're all just big chunks, big chunks,
shapeless squares,
chunks of America.
Sorry, you didn't get shaped cool like Texas or Florida.
Not like picking out like fucking Rhode Island or Alaska or Hawaii. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's like, hey, Florida. It's like, oh, yeah, big dick hanging off the front of America. Yeah, got it. It's like, what are we? Bigger dick hanging off the bottom of America.
It's like a big like horse cock, a gelding. All dick and balls got taken off.
I know California because there it is, kind of trying to break off into the ocean. Halfway to sinking. Right?
They made movies about how fucking California's gonna fucking gonna die.
You pull up an American map and see the amount of like rectangle, shapeless masses of just chunk, useless fucking land. I'm not finding that shit either.
No.
Right? They're like, hey, where's Ohio? I'm like, couldn't tell you. I have no clue, right?
No, man.
Guess what? Although I've been to many places in all over Mexico and deep south of that, I didn't even know Venezuela had a president, right? I was like, they could have had a king. They could have been somebody else's.
The king of Venezuela.
No, they could have been ran by
Wouldn't
the cartel.
That be a Trump move? No, and look, I'm not trying to get political, but wouldn't that be a Trump move that Trump go kidnap a king?
He just goes and he goes, hey, you guys actually don't have a president anymore.
Yeah.
You have a king. It's me. And then he
Well, you know how kings work, it's like, oh, hey, another kingdom is trying to take over, and fucking Trump just swoops in and kidnaps his ass. He's like, I'm your king now. You know what I mean?
Best king.
Right. Hashtag.
Here we go.
Best king.
These motherfuckers tweeting about it.
Beautiful king.
Did you just tweet about it at 3 a.m?
Yeah.
Go to sleep, dude. And the only person that retweets it, the other guy not sleeping,
Elon
retweets.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, so much about, look, and I don't want to debate policy, but I'm just saying, like, you have to be a bit of a psycho to have the hubris
Yes.
to, be the top dog
Yeah.
in the United States
Right.
for
Yes,
anyone.
For anyone.
You
Period.
know what I mean? I mean, good old Jimmy Carter.
Right.
He had to have a dark side
He had
to
to
be
have a
like,
dark side.
even though he was kind of like that Puritan.
Sure. Still
You
building
know,
houses
peanut
fucking 6 months
farmer.
ago till
Yeah.
he finally died or whatever.
Yeah, it's
I don't
like,
even know if he's dead yet.
fuck,
But
Jimmy died. He was just fucking. He helped me put on the roof 2
fucking
days
was
ago.
still building houses at 98 years old. He was
Yeah.
just slinging a hammer. I'm like, hey, we have nail guns now. He's like, not the way I do it.
Yeah, he goes. It keeps me young.
Damn, dude.
I was like, look, man.
Building free houses for 52
It's like if
years.
I was on there, I'd be like, hey, look, Jimmy, you did it, dog. You made it.
You made it, dude. Just
Time to let it go.
come out for a photo op, right? Be like, hey, here. Every time we drop a HUD home, you come to a photo op, and he's like, nah, motherfucker, I'm there from foundation
Yeah,
to finish. Oh,
he's
hey,
got
look.
one of those, those scrape tools that the fucking masons
Yes.
use. He's fucking laying bricks.
Hey, please tell me you came this way.
I did.
Did you see that there's a brand new house? Because if you didn't, I'm going to show it to you.
Like,
It's the second house when you turn the corner. There is a brand new house that is finished. Guess what? Last time you were here, there wasn't even a foundation. There's a brand new house.
wait,
top
hold up,
to
hold up.
finish.
So, because we've only taken a break for fucking Christmas and New Year's,
There's
so
a reason I'm pointing this out.
2 weeks tops.
Because 2 weeks ago, there was not even a foundation. And now there's a finished house. It's the second house down there, right?
It got to be modular.
It's not. Move over 3 houses.
Yeah, you have the
And
the
somebody
apocalypse
is-
penthouse.
Somebody is still...
20 years later, dude.
Dude, I damn near lost my... Nicole?
Well, look, I'm not saying that that's not impossible, because I talk about it all the time when I was still living here in town.
Yeah.
And the people, couple houses up, they bought that land. It was an empty lot. I'm talking about in a
Yeah.
month, dude. It was a house.
It's nice, too. It's dope.
Yeah.
What's really funny is you haven't been here 2 weeks. Nicole just doesn't go that way that often. And the other day she goes,
She never sees
when
it.
the fuck was there a house here? I'm like, yesterday. She's like, what are you talking about? I said, well, they framed it out yesterday. Today they put the siding on.
Yeah.
And she was like, are you joking? I was like, no. She's like, when did the foundation get there? I was like, 4 days ago. I said, this bitch is all brand. It
Like,
just
how
happened.
can concrete cure in 4 days?
I mean, they made. I think the concrete they did a week because I think the concrete was. They cleared the land the
But
day
you're
after.
saying since the last time we podcasted,
There
it
was
went
nothing.
from nothing to a house.
And not only nothing, there was debris on it, so they had to clear out a bunch of debris. Right? They cleared out all the debris, got rid of all the trees, flattened the land, poured the foundation, and then the next week, house. Right?
That's
and then I saw
crazy.
this hammering one slab at a time on
Yeah,
the back
well,
of his. I'm all.
one center block at a time, one piece
I
of
was like,
plywood.
these motherfuckers are done. This is move-in ready,
Right, yeah. It's a brand new. I'm just saying, like,
dude.
you imagine the kind of, like, I mean, it seems like money, right?
Right.
Money makes that kind of progress happen.
Right? For
You
sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, so it's like, hey, we could buy a house, we could buy a big house, or we can build what we want,
Yeah.
and all that extra scratch. We're like, hey, 2 weeks.
Okay.
And they're like, oh,
Hey, is it
say
too
less.
cold? Is it too cold in here or anything?
No, I'm good.
Cool. Sorry. But yes, it was too funny to see because Lincoln and I got to watch it. So Lincoln got to be like,
Ooh.
hey, man, what's going on? I was like, looks like they're pouring a foundation. And then 2 days later, he's like, what's going on now?
I mean,
was like,
were they
"That's called
working
plumbing."
like time lapse, like when
Oh.
you watch time lapse?
I'm not going to lie about this. They started at 5 a.m., kept going till 10 p.m. every single night for the last 2 weeks. Every single day and night for 2. They didn't take any of these holidays off. They were there.
Man,
They
that's
were
what
there
I'm saying, dude.
for all the holidays.
Like, you're only getting that kind of like focus from a contractor if you're paying for it. You know what I'm saying?
But it was cool because then like Lincoln got to see. He's like, yeah, there's the plumbing, there's the frame, there's the
It
insulation.
didn't take 2 years.
And I'm like, hey, just so you know, this is how normal people do.
Right. Yeah. Hey,
Whatever's happening over here, Jack.
I mean, I want you to see how things work, but understand that this kind of scenario rarely happens in the real world.
Yeah, here's the 2 worst scenarios ever, right?
Yeah.
It's like never done. Whoa. lightning speed.
Yeah.
Right? It's a
Well, it's the time that
turtle
it took.
and hair.
Now, time will tell whether this quick turnover
Oh, sure.
actually is still standing in a couple
Well,
years.
this other thing's a Egyptian pyramid. It'll be there
Right.
700 years. You know what I mean? They'll come
That's
back
right.
and
I mean,
it'll still be
It's
there.
like, look, if he's doing it at one board at a time, it's like, he's using 3/4 inch plywood. You
Right.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
just, I can't do a whole house, but I can buy one every couple weeks and
Right.
keep putting it up.
Yeah.
You know what
Especially
I mean?
in today's lumber prices.
Right.
Good
Yeah.
thing he's got the cinder blocks back when it was affordable.
When Cinderbox, when they were cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I can get 500 of them? All right.
Dude, that's like my buddy who he was a not a great contractor. His businesses kept failing.
Right.
But then one day, and I specify this, 13 years ago, not 10 years ago when the change happened, 13 years ago, right? He stumbled onto a chunk of land that they needed cleared out. And they said, hey, can your wrecking crew come clean it out? And he goes, yeah. And they said, hey, whatever you find on it, you can keep. And he called him back and he goes, hey, man.
Man, you're not going to tell me like you found like fucking treasure or something out there.
Well,
dude.
no. I mean, close, but no. But he goes, hey, man. He goes, I just want to make sure you cement that. He goes, because there's a lot of stuff on that property. And the guy goes, everything on that property that
Famous.
you want to get clear, that you want, keep it, because we just need it off. We need the land spotless. And he was like, okay. And then the guy goes, and this is a conversation he told me. He goes, then the guy goes, well, what'd you find anyway? He goes, hey, I just want to make sure you're saying yes. And the guy's like, yeah, I'm just curious now. And he goes, 5 full-on those fucking Connex boxes, the
containers?
the containers, right? 5 of them, spotless, in brand new shape, never been touched in any way, shape, or form. So he took all 5, right? Got them home. The guys were shitty at contracting the overall house. They could do a finish out. Well, they finished out all 5 of them, and he sold all 5 of them, sold each one for 20 grand. And he was like, hey, guess what? Not only did I get paid 30 grand for the job,
Yeah.
now I have $100,000, right?
Yeah.
Turned around, and then he went and bought, and then he just started the tiny home business. This was all
And
before the
that's
tiny
all
home
before
boom
it took off.
So then the tiny home boom takes off.
See,
and he's
man.
like, I can't get the boxes cheap anymore.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
But that's how I feel sometimes with like stock market, right? Because like all the big dogs, like Microsoft, Apple,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, man, they're so big. It's like it's never like, I guess maybe that's the juice is trying to find that next
It's trying to find the next.
piece of technology, right? It's kind of like NVIDIA.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this shit with NVIDIA?
Of course I have. You
Right?
kidding me? Yes.
It's like it goes like I knew who NVIDIA was
Right.
because I follow a little bit on computers,
Right.
right? And then they're like, oh, NVIDIA hit like a $5 trillion market cap, and I'm like, man. And then you look back, like even 10 years ago, you could have bought NVIDIA for like fucking $60 a share.
For sure.
You
Yeah,
know
it was
what I
in the
mean?
buck. Yeah, I watched the interview with that guy. He was
Yeah.
like, I was leveraging my car and house to just, I begged for money. And at one point, he like told the guy, he's like, hey, man, I can't do what I said I could do, and I still need more money.
Right.
And the guy was like, wait, what? And he was like, I need you to keep paying me what you did pay me.
Right.
I can't do what I said I could, but I also need more money. And the guy was like, okay. And I'm like, okay. That never happened. That doesn't happen, right? Nobody's
Right.
ever like,
Somebody
hey,
would be, in most cases that it would die.
yeah.
Or
you're
they
like,
would have to take out. He'd have to go find other investors.
yes.
But man, if you're early on like that and you got a big piece of that, well,
Right.
I mean, fuck, even at $5 trillion, even if you own
Yeah.
1%,
Dude, but and between that
it's
and
fucking
then
like $500 million, dude.
Neuralink is now going to go into full production because of the chips from NVIDIA, like a whole thing. Like they're going to be able to do, like it's going to get massive.
Isn't it wild that we're going to see our first trillionaire in modern history?
Yeah. Yeah. And I follow a lot of these science pages.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you kind of feel like that was going to happen anyway? Just because he's
Yes.
literally not of this earth.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for
He's
sure.
clearly
100%.
an alien from another planet who,
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like, is he just, because Steve Jobs was like, he didn't know coding,
Right.
but he was the big picture guy.
Yeah.
You know what
He's
I mean?
Idea man.
He was an idea man, right?
Yes.
That's what I kind of fancy myself, is an idea man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't ask me the technical shit. I'm just asking you.
I'll practicate the thing that you have the idea
right.
for.
Do you think that you can get to this point? Like, hey, can you take like all these records, all these CDs, put them on something I can carry in my pocket and listen with little headphones?
Right.
And at first it's like, it's impossible. And one guy's, well, in China, man, they're doing this thing with, this and that. And then, well, I mean, they never not.
Oh, I know.
They didn't make shit in America. And that's fine.
Care.
I don't care about that either.
Right.
But what I'm saying is there's like other companies.
Right. Unless it's my coffee, goddammit. Black Rifle Coffee.
Right. Was it from San Antonio?
Promo code
Idiotic.
Idiotics with an X.
Yeah.
They're all white. So somebody else already took it.
Yeah, somebody already took Idiotic. That's
No,
probably really true.
Here's the funny thing. There's things that happen where I'm like, about 3 years ago, somebody, because of the circumstance and the way I was handling it, was like, oh, at your age, I know computers are harder. And I was like, oh, wow, it's not the computers. It's this program doesn't make sense. It's not intuitive. And then I had to be like, yeah, that's not accurate. And this person was like, well, the younger person gets it. You don't because you're older. And I was like, nah. And in this, I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm really good at this dumb shit.
Right.
And so then it's like, and I've proven most of that to you. But it's like, yeah, I can do shit.
Fair. That's fair.
With that, my offspring the other day is showing me this thing on his phone.
Oh, well, no, you're saying your own progeny.
Nah, Mr. Lincoln.
Yeah.
He's showing me this thing. I was like, what is this? And he's like, oh, it's this anime fighting game. And he's like, you swipe and it'll do the thing. And I was like, okay. He's like, and hold it for a power up. And I was like, oh, it's dope. I was like, what game is this? And he goes, I don't know what to call it yet. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, oh, I got a app that I can build games on. I was like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, I've got an app that builds apps and I'm building this game. And I was all and no joke, I'm telling you, 10 seconds later.
And look, for the record, 7.
Right. 10 seconds later though, this is not a lie. 10 seconds later, he sees some Amazon truck and he sees an ad and he goes, hey, isn't like Bezos gonna be like a trillionaire? I was like, well, him and Elon are basically racing to see who can be the first trillionaire. And he goes, hey, how do you even become a billionaire? I said, man, I said, to be respectful, I said, Bezos started his company in his garage at his mom's house with a little laptop computer. And he goes, Poppy, I need a laptop computer. And I said, well, hey, man. He goes, let's just come up with an idea. He goes, all I need is a laptop. He goes, all I need is an idea, Poppy. And I was like, that's how his brain immediately was like, oh, well, so I can be a trillionaire? I was like, but that's the mindset you want. Because there's no way I would think that way.
Well,
I'd be like, hey, I could have 42 laptops and still
look,
not be a
he's my buddy.
hundredaire.
I miss him. For some reason, y'all are keeping him from me.
I know.
But that just illustrated my earlier point. Was like, for a kid to go, I'm gonna be a trillionaire.
Right. Yep.
It's gotta. And look, you know, Lincoln is a special child.
Right. Yeah. We just found that out again too. He was doing a behavioral analysis at Dell Children's a couple of days ago.
How'd that go?
And they were like, "Hey, he's different, huh?"
You know what's funny is it's like, I mean, at least I know for you, you're like, yeah, we know. We're not oblivious. You're not the parents that are going, what?
Oh no,
no way, that can't be true. You're like, nah, we know.
But we're also like, I was always determined to not be the parent that was like, oh, my kids. It's like usually the person who says that, you're like, that kid's dumb as a box of rocks.
Yeah.
Or it's like, hey, they're just normal. That's what normal kids do. But then with ours, it's all, no, he does really wild shit. Like,
yeah.
He just tested out. He tested out of second grade, so now he's going into third grade. And at this rate, he'll graduate at like 13.
Jeez,
And
you
I'm
gonna
like,
be Doogie?
yeah, and I'm like-
You're raising a Doogie?
I was like, "What do you mean he
Yo,
tested?"
get
They
that
were
boy
like,
on some Japanese lessons right now.
Well, he's learning Spanish this week. He might know it by the end of the week at this rate.
Right. He's just, you come home, he's watching Telemundo.
Just watching it now. Well, what do you?
It's like, son, I know why I watch novellas.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Same
know
reason
what I
I
mean?
watch their weatr.
Yeah, I know why. I can tell you that it's 71
It's
degrees
71
in
degrees in
Caracas or wherever. You know what I'm saying? No, they're talking about this new game that's coming out, and
Dude.
he's just fluent
He's
now.
talking Mexican politics. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't even know. No, it is cool. It's funny. It's funny because you have to remember though that times he's still a kid and you have to do kid stuff. You know, like I still had to
Right.
force him to wear a helmet. Right? It's like, hey, bro, put your damn helmet on. Or if we're riding bikes, he's like, I don't want to wear it. It's like, I know. He's like, I'm not gonna fall. I'm like,
I'm just saying, look, just understand now. I'm in from the ground up.
right,
Something starts popping off,
I
I'll
know.
throw in.
right. That's all I need.
I'll take a loan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm throwing in on it. That's all I'm saying.
I just need him to come up with one idea, and he'll be like, "Hey, Pop, you ever
'Cause,
thought about?"
If he hits a $2 trillion company at some point,
Yeah,
and I own 5%, I'm doing all right.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how to do.
That's all right.
I had
We
to.
ain't- we
I
ain't
put it on a
filming.
split screen for another.
We're not filming yet.
for another app, and I was like,
That's the goal for 2026.
Yeah.
Is get some webcams.
"We can make it work. That's easy." And I'll make all sorts of cool shit happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, but you can tell the kids are smart,
right.
right? And then you can tell they're not. And just like people, it's same difference.
Right.
It's like you talk to them for 5 minutes and you're like, oh, okay. And then, it's kind of like, you look at your boy and his crazy, piercing, cybernetic eyes, it seems like,
Yeah.
blue eyes, is just
Mm-hmm.
absorbing everything. And trying
he asked the other
and
day-
processing that data on the fly, dude.
He asked the other day about blindness, and then he's like, "So why can't we fix your eyes yet?" I was like, "Well, we just can't do like transplants yet, and they haven't figured out how to fix the retina." He goes, "Okay," and I was like, "I don't like the way you said that." He's like, "I'll see what I can do," and I was just like,
yeah.
"That'd be awesome if like he turns out to be one of those kids that just like chases this thing, and then all of a sudden
Look,
like
First of
figures
all,
it
look,
out."
I know at some point that you would like just like a Thor eyeball like you got from Rocket.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
on Infinity
Yes.
War.
Yeah,
But until then, you got to give me a few years of the Geordie visor. You
that's
know what I mean?
want. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I want.
You need the Geordie visor first.
I've said that since time began. Everybody, when doctors were all like, "Well, it would be massive," and this, and I was like, "Hey, man, I want." You don't understand. I want the Terminator half my face chromed out with a big red laser. Give me red laser dot, please. And they're like, we wouldn't even know what that would do.
Dun,
I'm
dun,
like,
dun,
doesn't
dun.
matter.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun,
All right.
dun,
So
dun.
since you brought it up, baby,
What's that?
where are we? 3 or 4 trailers deep now?
What,
with a
Doomsday?
Captain America will return in. That's like their favorite thing to do, right?
Oh yeah.
Their favorite thing.
Well-
Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel will return in, and now.
Captain Marvel?
No, I'm just saying they did that at the end of that movie,
Oh yeah.
and now it's like every movie's got to do it. They're like, "Hey, guess what? You thought fucking Cap was out?
Guess what?
Guess what? Here he is with a suit." It's like, well, I don't know.
Well, look, man, I'm not gonna. Look, I knew at some point these guys are gonna come back,
Yeah,
and my point is like, why didn't they just kind of, just acknowledge that,
right.
just put it out in the open. You know what I mean?
I think I don't know what
They dedicated 10 years of their lives,
Right.
multiple movies, right? And not only just like their own movies, but appearances.
Yeah.
And all this stuff that they did over this 10-year period, and just like, hey man, I want to do something else.
Right.
And it should have been okay, cool.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. We'll bring in some new people, and
But-
then after you have a break and you actually go and fucking marry a 25-year-old or whatever,
Whatever it is you need to do.
whatever Evans did.
Yeah.
That girl is fine though.
Agreed.
She was on Netflix in this show called Warrior Nun.
Oh yeah. Right.
Dime.
Yeah.
Captain America got him a dime piece.
Side note and random, but like you and your crew were all on the Ali Larder. The son's girlfriend in Landman.
The Hispanic chick?
She's the hottest person in the show.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Like, I get it, Ali Larder is
You-
but that girl is.
To be fair, you know, I know Charles Barkley dogs on San Antonio chicks or
Oh,
West
yeah.
Texas, you know, whatever. But man,
Dude.
I've seen those in real life.
All over San Antonio.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then San Antonio, even in West Texas, it's just like you have.
Right.
And then you see this scrawny cowboy dude with him, and you're
Dude.
just like,
What?
how does this work?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she is hot as a Mayan, as the sun hits a Mayan temple.
1,000%.
And he looks like he could either be a bull rider or he cooks meth. You know what I'm saying?
One or the other.
And they are fucking in love.
Yeah.
You see
For
them,
sure.
they're like in love. And she's not like some guy, she's not someone that he went down and brought back. She was
No,
already here.
She's here.
You know what I'm saying?
Genuinely.
Yeah, and you're just like,
Yeah.
there's something wrong with me.
Yeah,
There's
but each
something-
time they show her, she gets better looking. I'm like,
Well, that's my
it's
point.
confusing.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And then I go, Jesus, I don't have a chance in hell. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think anybody in that show understands it, though. That's the best part is they acknowledge it on the show every time. They're like, what the hell is she doing with your scrawny ass?
You know, it's such a same profile of like, why would Ali Larder fucking want to bone fucking Sling Blade for a second?
Dude, all the time, too.
For a
That's all
second.
she wants to do.
And look, and you go back to when they were younger, right? Because he's quite a bit older than
Right.
she is, and I know they can't be trying to act like they're the fucking same age on this show.
No.
But
They act
even
like
if
she's
you
a
go
little
back
younger.
20 years, Ali Lauder, super fine.
Right. Sling Blade.
Sling Blade, still ugly.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He's just this scrawny, weird dude.
But also in that time, he's like, you know, fucking banging Angelina Jolie in the
Yeah.
limo on the way to some kind of fucking award show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For a long time, they weren't even like short lived. It's like that was a thing.
Like I want to feel this man's aura.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
gotta
Where,
be, yeah.
Because you know they were like, well, Billy Bob Thornton, you know, well, Ali Larder, would she? And they'd be like,
Well, he had
why the fuck did
Jolie.
Angelina Jolie
Right.
go to him in
It's
real
that
life?
Pete Davidson thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Every girl he's ever been with is the hot as the sun.
I would argue though that young Pete Davidson is way more
better
handsome
looking.
than a young
Yes.
fucking Billy Bob Thornton,
without a doubt.
for sure.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
He's quirky, but he's
yeah.
for sure.
At least Davidson got this perpetual like cute young boy look going on.
And yeah, for sure. He can't seem to get out of that. You notice that?
Fucking ride that shit until you can't no more, dude.
I do love one of my favorite actors of all time. If he shows up at anything, he immediately makes it better. But he's only like 11 years older than Billy Bob, so it's weird to see Sam Elliott play his dad.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because I mean,
It's all, hey, man.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What are they trying to make Billy Bob look like? He's 45.
It's
You know what I mean? It's like that motherfucker is nowhere near 45.
No, dude. And that's why I was like, wait, I'm pretty
You
sure
know,
these guys
fucking
already use this-
mustache Elliot over here. You know what? What he's getting chicks knocked up when he was in
God
fucking
damn
sixth grade. You know what I mean?
I love that fucking guy, dude.
Yeah.
I even liked that they had an episode where the girl was like, hey, you sound like one of those movie trailer voices. I was like, yeah, no shit.
USA.
Why don't you sell me a fucking Ford right now?
Yeah. I need some insurance or a bank. I'm a veteran. Do you know
Yeah,
anyone I could use?
I'll tell you what you use. Dude, that guy's the shit. man.
USAA.
All right, now. You just made my day.
Yeah.
Dude, he's such a badass.
Yeah, but I don't think, dude, there was a no badass version of Sam Elliott like Roadhouse Sam Elliott.
Oh, right, for sure.
The fucking hair and the fucking stash and the salt and pepper.
Also, though, right, that movie was 30-something years ago, 35
Yeah.
years ago. He was old as fuck. In
Yeah,
that
he was
movie.
like 41 when they made that movie.
He was old and masked with Cher. It's all,
Yeah.
hey, this motherfucker's been 85 years old for 60
Like,
years.
It's like he reached his final form and he's just been fucking riding it for the last
Him and Morgan
40
Freeman
years. Yeah.
and Nick Fury. They
Yeah.
all look the same the whole time. It's like you guys just born into oldness. Got it.
So I'm saying it's always funny because, you know, I watched this YouTube video where they were talking about how they were using de-aging in Captain Marvel.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, they had to de-age Sam Jackson. And the guy was like, why?
Right.
You watch any movie that he was in 90s,
Yeah.
it's the same guy. This is the same. If they were going to de-age, if they were going to do anything, he was like, maybe make the midsection a little thinner, but the face hadn't changed in 40 years.
I think even on the behind the scenes, they acknowledged, they were like, we filtered, but we didn't
They
have
like
to do
tried
much
to
to
like
him.
they like tried to take his whole nose away. Like they made his nose smaller.
Right.
It's like Sam Jackson's had the same fucking nose since 1987.
Yeah, same one. Same exact everything.
Yeah. It's
Morgan
like, what are you
Freeman was
changing?
1,000 years old in Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Robin Hood, I don't need old man Logan Robin Hood. Do you see this is coming out?
Old man.
A24 is doing the death of Robin Hood, and they got Logan playing him. Wolverine
Jackman?
is playing like an old, and it's an A24 flick, so it's going to be like a depressing indie version of Robin Hood. And I was like, hey, nobody asked for this, right? And we had 7 Robin Hoods in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
Let's
like
just dial it back.
I mean,
Costner nailed it.
yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
I didn't need
Look,
the Jamie Foxx Robin Hood.
no.
That was weird.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, it felt, because didn't know what's his face, guy that always works, the British guy. He did one of the
Taron?
Sherlock's. No,
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
You know, he liked all that. And look, don't get me wrong, I love the fucking 2
Sure, man.
Sherlock Holmes movies
Me too.
with Downey. They were fucking great.
Right.
And Jude Law.
Love him.
But you know, it's like that style. He has a Guy Ritchie style, just like if you know when
Yeah.
what's his face, Zach,
Slow motion Snyder.
slow motion Snyder makes a movie. It's a Zack Snyder movie. You know, Spielberg,
Right.
Lucas, they all have a style, right? And so when you see those, and I don't know if sometimes those styles, like when they remade like King Arthur,
Right. Yeah, it was a Guy Ritchie.
and they had
flick.
Jax as fucking King Arthur, you know, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
a
it was like
gritty, there's a
shaky camera.
shaky camera when he punches
and, like,
somebody in the
Like
face.
special moves and special abilities.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I mean, I get it cool, but like you probably just could have got away with just like a gritty medieval.
Yeah. No.
Like if you're going to retell King Arthur, make it
Right.
like gritty like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But fucking nail it at the end.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, here's the deal, though. And there
That's
was
so
also,
weird. Hugh Jackman in A24 on a old
It's called
grizzled.
The Death of Robin Hood, and he's like
Death of
long
Robin
blonde
Hood.
hair or long gray hair. But when the Jamie Foxx one came out, there was also another Robin Hood that came out at the same time. So there were 2 Robin Hoods. But like a year before that was the Russell Crowe one, which when you watch it, the whole time you're like, didn't Kevin Costner do this?
It's the same. It's the same exact movie, except it's
Now,
Russell. It's Maximus instead of fucking
Yeah.
Costner.
And I'm not against a retelling like a cool classic story, right? I mean, that's why I've had so many Batman origin stories or something like that, or Spider-Man's. I'm not against the idea, especially with an old story that kids need to hear, right? And Romeo and Juliet or something.
Right.
But once somebody nails it, you kind of go, well, let's take a break, right? It's
Well-
why Spielberg is like, hey, Jaws, right? Back to the Future, done.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, when's that? And he's like, did you not see the first one?
Well, like any kind of good shoot 'em up action movie now, they're all trying to obtain what Michael Mann did in Heat.
Right. Yes.
That downtown LA's shootout scene was, I mean, it's iconic.
Right.
I don't want to throw that word around, but it's.
No, but
I mean, dude, I can't tell you how many times a week that I just like Google on YouTube Heat downtown shootout and just
Right.
watch it, and it's just like, you know, almost,
Yeah.
30 years later, man, this fucking holds up. And there's no movie, and all of them try, right? Like Den of Thieves tried it when they were
Yeah.
in that traffic jam and they start,
Sure.
in that gunfight. But man, nothing fucking adds up to how Man did it. It was crazy.
No, it's great. I just saw. I was for whatever reason scrolling through Antonio Banderas, see what movies he's got coming out, and he had a movie come out a couple years ago.
So you just saying he just randomly? It's like, hey, well, I wonder what fucking Banderas has coming up.
I don't even know what led there. It was probably one of those things where like I was watching something and then Penelope Cruz was in it, and then I looked that up, and then Penelope Cruz had a movie with Banderas, and then I looked that up, and next thing I know, I was on the fucking like following his career to be like, hey, what have I not seen?
I laugh at like I'm busting your chops, but
Yeah.
but here's one side quest that I take before I get to the movie.
Right,
It's Penelope Cruz
right.
Penelope Cruz nude.
Right, in SFW.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I spent some time there, and then I go back and I go, oh, what's she doing with a fucking Zorro? You
For
know
sure.
what I mean? And
Yes.
then you go down the rabbit hole.
What led me down it though that made me stop and go, wait, what the hell? There's a movie called Code Name Banshee, and with it, some sort of Irish gun tradesman named Caleb, played by Antonio Banderas.
Get the
I was
fuck.
like, oh yeah.
It's like, is he trying to play Andrew Santino?
There's no way
There's no way that's real.
Santino should have got the part, and they were like, "We could go with Santino." Or
Hey, we heard from Banderas. He said yes.
He said yes. What?
Who would have fucking thought? Banderas said yes.
He's 10 grand cheaper than Santino.
Look, there is no way. There is no fucking
was
way
like,
that's real.
It's real.
Banderas with a fucking red hair and beard,
The Irish beard too.
trying
It's
to do
like-
an Irish accent with his Spanish accent.
It's like when they made the first Highlander, and then fucking Sean Connery's the king of Spain.
Yeah,
You're all what?
like,
What the fuck?
did y'all get invaded by Scotland and now he's
did
the
this
king of Spain? Because oh yeah,
Wasn't
name
Forrest
is
Whitaker
Juan-
the king of Scotland though?
Juan Antonio Francisco,
Yeah.
whatever his name was. I can't
Yeah, he's got a
remember.
whole
Yeah,
long ass,
and it's like,
and you're
Oh,
like, I'm the
okay,
king of Spain.
Seamus. Show me how to use a sword, Seamus.
Best Sean Connery movie ever though, Entrapment, right? We can agree that that's.
Oh yeah,
It's like, yeah, sure, The Rock's great. Sure, every James Bond's great. And then there's Entrapment with the lasers.
oh yeah, iconic.
Which that scene alone is worth the whole movie.
Look,
That's the
that-
whole budget could have
look,
went just to that.
There's a
scene.
lot of things that Catherine Zeta-Jones did beforehand that would put her in a kind of like upper echelon of like hotness, but there was nothing like her practicing and getting
It's a
through
great
those lasers in a cat suit, dude.
Yeah, they're all. Well, I don't even know what the plot of the movie was. I don't know. Something on New Year's. It was a fucking espionage.
Hey, they put
I
that
don't-
shit in the trailer and everybody was locked to go.
It's the, like opening scene of the
every
trailer.
pair of testicles was like, oh, hey man, that looks
happening?
that looks pretty
It's
good.
pretty good.
It's got Sean Connery in it. And this other like lady, I never heard of her before, but I want to check it out.
Yeah, they know how to. They knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah, and man, when was Entrapment? Like 99? Got to be late
Got to
90s.
be something like that.
And
Got
like
to be something
Catherine
between
was
98
just
and 01, right?
fire. She was fire.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, so I'll say, right, because the Captain America Marvel trailer or teaser was cool. But, and I just saw the Thor one recently. I saw it later than when it came out. But
Right.
I'm telling you, man, they got me with this.
Oh, yeah?
They got me with this other one. I was sold. First of all, the voiceover happens and you're like, man, is that Ian McKellen or is that Patrick Stewart? What's happening here? And then they like show that fucking wheel.
You just watched the X-Men trailer for Doomsday.
Right.
Yes.
And so I'm watching that wheel spin slowly and I was like, that's the goddamn wheelchair. And then boom, the chess piece floats. And then there's Ian McKellen and I'm all like, oh my God. This is my, and so just having
if you
them
notice
talk,
in that trailer though, it's like, yo, Magneto's been going through it, dog.
rough life. You know what I mean? I love the fact that Disney's still like, hey, don't worry though. At the end of Doomsday, we're gonna make sure that Logan
Yeah.
and Professor X are still alive because we
Right.
know Logan has to happen.
Right. Yeah.
They're like, we're not gonna fuck that up. So
That's the craziest thing is like all these videos of people trying to fucking construct a timeline based
Jesus
on all these
Christ.
movies, and they're trying to incorporate movies that happened, 20 years
25
ago,
years ago at this
25
point.
years ago, and you're just like, man,
Hey.
you are trying to fucking shoehorn a theory, dude.
here's one nobody talks about nearly enough, and you and I mentioned him in passing. It's two things about this person. One time online, somebody goes, "Oh man, this guy's underrated." I said he was in 3 of the #1 movies just last year because he just happens to be in them. But James Marsden, right?
Oh yeah, he needs his due.
But check it out. Nobody acknowledges he does not age either.
No, he's one of those
He's
aliens.
looked 31 in 2001 or 2000 when he showed up in X-Men, right?
And he's like 50. You
I
know
mean,
what I'm saying?
All I know is in X-Men, I was like, oh, this guy's obviously 29 or 30, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like he's in Sonic last year, and it's like, well, this guy's like 29 or 30.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Still,
well, that's not possible.
still 29 or 30.
And then now, but I'm telling you, man, I lost my shit when it first showed the two guys. I was like, cool, I know what they're gonna do. I get it. They're, but then with them, there's no action. With them, you just know it's Professor X and Magneto, and they kind of sit there and talk. They're the drama.
I mean, they might hoist up,
dude,
Magneto and have him do some shit.
When they cut to my boy finally wearing
the
Cyclops uniform, and he just sits there in fury.
Yeah, that I mean, look, I have to look again.
I lost.
You texted me, I texted you back. I said, I'm going to remain hopefully, optimistic.
Yeah,
whatever you call it, because I don't want my heart's been broken too many times.
Right.
Since the cinemagic magic that was in game.
I don't know what they did when you think about it, because this whole thing where they're like, oh, hey, look. But also, I never thought these people were necessarily gone. I just didn't understand why Disney took, 10 years off of making anything that mattered and was like, hey, look, we're just going to keep making these side project movies and with none of the people that matter. And then, oh, here you go. Here's Thor. Here's Captain America. So why didn't you have any of these sooner?
Well,
were they really hoping to just have a new batch of heroes?
It was the same question of why we were deprived of all these years of more Star Wars content.
I heard she's retiring.
Well,
did you see that?
Oh, Kathleen Kennedy? Yeah, she needs to retire.
Does she? Because I'm a fan of the new trilogy. Let me just say that. Just to irritate you.
No, look. Cinematically, there was nothing wrong with those movies.
I know.
I'm just saying that where they lost me all was when they killed my boy Luke.
Right.
Without giving him...
It's time to go.
No.
It's time to go.
No, dude.
How many years do you need to watch the same guy do the same shit?
That's the point.
See how bad Indiana Jones 8 was?
We got 3 movies 40 years ago, right, with this kid. Right, and then it's kind of like in the Bible with Jesus, where it's like from 18 to 33. He's like, "Yo, I need to know where those 18 years, and why it took so long, for why Lucas didn't make anything in between, and especially when it got to like when animation started to come up, why they couldn't have Mark Hamill come in and voice the Chronicles of Skywalker or whatever the fuck you want to call it,
right?
And just like they did with Clone Wars,
right."
And all that stuff, they could have done the same thing. They could have had Harrison Ford. You think Harrison Ford gives a fuck? He'll go into a booth and talk and then fucking cash a check and leave. He don't give a shit.
He just phones in that voice anyway.
Yeah.
It's not even a thing.
I mean,
he doesn't even act anymore.
Yeah, he's just fucking talking.
He's just talking.
Dorf and them show up in their own costumes. Harrison just shows up. You want to put me in a clown suit? Fine. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
You know what I mean?
Pay me the money.
Yeah, that's check cleared. I'm here. Put me in whatever you want.
Dude, that's it. That old Jay Leno adage. He goes, all these comedians who try to do all these other things, and then these comedians who try to have shows, or these comedians who try to like parlay into all these other deals, he goes, write joke, tell joke, get paid.
Yeah.
Write joke, tell joke, get paid. And he's just like, he's never done a special because he doesn't want to get rid of any old jokes. So they say when you go see his act, like he's been doing this act, it's so finely tuned because he's been doing it since 78 and he's never recorded a single special. It's like if he just
rubbed on a rock for fucking 40 years, like, it's just going to look like glass.
You know what I mean? He updates the jokes, right? He'll change out the politicians' names and then he'll add a joke here and there and take one out that becomes irrelevant. But for the most part, they're like, no. He's been honing this one solid act since 76, and that's why when he plays these giant fucking casino arenas, they're like, yep.
And, and it wasn't about money.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. We had this long gap, and then, like 2000, from what, 89 when Return of the Jedi came out till 1999? 83, and until 1999 where they come back with the prequels.
Yeah.
The Phantom Menace. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't have done anything in between?
Oh, he could have done a million things. I don't understand what he was doing, though, when you think about it. Like, other than maybe honing some CGs. Right, honing it. Well, I get that ILM was dominating the 90s. I understand that. I understand that
I mean,
ILM.
look, that was a lot of reason why he didn't have to, because fucking Lucas created ILM. You know what I mean? He was getting a big piece of that action, and they were doing
it was
every
like
movie.
They were doing the other stuff. You know what I
They
mean?
were
They were
doing
doing every movie.
and producing. I mean, he went to producing, but I'm just saying, I don't know why there was such a long gap, why there wasn't any more. And they wrote, and in that time, he just willy nilly gave people literary, license to just fucking write
Whatever they want.
write whatever,
Dude.
And there's so many expanded universe theories and different versions of different missions and all that stuff, and none of that could have gotten put on the screen in between.
All of it could have.
Why can't they do it now with animation?
They can, right?
Yeah, but why aren't they?
But they're not.
But also you have to look at Disney is juggling Marvel and Star Wars, and now they got Fox. It's a lot of big tentpole movies to try to get money for.
It's why you got to do the thing where you pick the right people. And I know who you don't put in charge. You don't put a guy who can't make one movie in 7 years while he's running a company and never makes but one single movie.
Who's that?
You don't put James Gunn in charge of a studio, right?
Yeah.
But you put a guy like Feige.
Hey man,
right?
Warner Brothers was desperate.
I know, but you put Feige in charge of your Marvel, and he, obviously with his missteps that are there, for the most part, you go, yeah, that guy's got that. Okay, who's running Star Wars? Okay, this person's got that. I guess they put the wrong person in charge for what most people wanted. Because a lot of people don't like. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the stuff I like. But
hey, look, man, there was nobody fucking more excited than me for The Acolyte.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Sure, I liked Obi-Wan's show. I'm just gonna go on record and say that. I liked it.
The Obi-Wan show had problems, but overall,
did it though? It was cool. I felt like I was watching the real Obi-Wan.
No. I mean, I get it.
Jimmy Smith showed up.
I mean, I know what they were trying to do.
Then
right?
they replaced him, and I don't understand why.
No, it was conflict. Like, they brought in Brat, dude.
Dude, and what are you doing, right? You know how many auditions of them motherfuckers had to fight over since 1986?
Yeah.
Right? Like, everyone's
like, I think both of them were on Law & Order for a hot minute, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, they were both fighting for a Mayans role, you know what I mean?
Right,
So, goddamn, you two.
So my point is like, why haven't, we had that long gap of nothing, and then we started to get... We got the prequels, then we got the animated,
right.
You know what I mean? And then just now in the
Clone Wars movie and the Clone Wars...
last 10 years, we started getting live-action series like The Mandalorian and all that kind of shit, dude. And so I'm just like...
I like the second season of that, the Rogue One Andor. I like the second season. I didn't like the first season.
Really?
It was too slow for me.
You didn't like a heist, a Star Wars heist?
Not the first one. I liked the second season. The second season hit home. I got it. I understood it. The first season was tough for me because there's a lot of talking and slow moving, and I can't. I don't have the attention span for that. I mean, that's why I like these Tron shits. The lasers every 3 seconds.
Yeah, just kidding. Well, I mean, I liked Andor because it was kind of like a noir espionage thriller, you know what I'm saying? And that's, it was something different. And then even the what was that one with Jude Law?
I liked that one. Skeleton Crew. That was a cool show.
That was really good.
I thought they did that really well.
Yeah.
There were a lot of times that felt like Star Wars, Goonies type. Yeah. There was some real cool stuff in that one.
They did a really good job on that.
Andor, though, that Andor second season, the use
No,
of
but
the
don't get
ships.
me wrong. I'm not arguing what you feel about season 2 because I thought season 2 was fucking fantastic. But I really thought season 1 was just as good.
But we all know Boba Fett had problems. We all know Acolyte had problems. But
even Ahsoka. I mean,
right. I know it's coming back, but it has.
But even but Ahsoka was all right. It was far better than the Acolyte. It was far better than the last season of Mandalorian.
I could have done without.
Other than when our boy showed up. See, and that's what I'm talking about.
That's how they get you.
You know how they they could have been having all this kind of they could have fucking got old Sebastian Stan and put him in a blonde
Everybody
wing.
wants him.
That meme went around forever where he looked just like a young Mark Hamill, and you could have that dude doing all kind of shit. And how rabid the fucking Star Wars fandom is.
We'd all love it.
We'd have all gone to the scene, to the
yeah,
theater
dude.
and seen it.
Catch him when he's out there just doing Jedi shit after Return of the Jedi. Just him doing cool Jedi missions.
Yeah,
you know?
because we've either seen up to Return of the Jedi, right? That's what the prequels filled in. Then we have 4, 5, and 6, and then you had some, and then like the Mandalorian and all those shows kind of taking place in between that.
Yeah.
Until you get to the what is it, the Force Awakens,
Yeah.
right? And so everything that I think that they're going to be doing now, because apparently there's still. I don't know if it's AI, but I mean, there's always something that always pops up that says, the Rey movie, the Rey trilogy, or there's supposed to be a movie, possible trilogy of her following the events
Right.
of the Last Jedi,
Right.
or not the Last Jedi, the Rise of Skywalker.
I'm curious about this Gosling movie too, though. Is
Yeah,
it
but-
going to be good? We don't know anything about it.
And where does this take place?
Nobody knows.
Are we going to be in the same era we're in now, where we're post Return of the Jedi
Right.
to Force Awakens?
You know, it'd be cool
Hmm.
is if they would have done some smart things, right? Like, this can still happen. By the way, this is just a matter of the right person in charge of Disney. But say
Right.
you get Sebastian Stan, right? If you can't get him, then somebody else. But
I mean, compared to what we got in The Last Jedi, it doesn't matter how old that fucking guy is. He can
Oh,
play
yeah.
a young fucking
So,
Luke
for
Skywalker
sure.
for
So
10
you
more
get him-
years.
Oh, at least. So you get him, and you make this kick-ass, like an actual, kind of like a Last Starfighter thing. Like, hey, how about just an action-packed starfighting Jedi movie? None of that politics bullshit, right? I don't want an ounce of him at home dealing with a princess or a
Do
fucking.
you know how many times I thought about how much The Last Starfighter needs a fucking reboot?
Everybody online too. So imagine though, right? He's there chilling in his X-wing, and he lands on a planet. There's some debacle. He's got a Knight Rider his way through this shit and kind of save the day.
Right.
I'd watch that movie in a heartbeat, right?
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker Chronicles, and whatever it's called, right? Andor, call it that. So he's got to fight a thing on Andor or something, right?
Yeah.
But do what you could do now that would be really cool is like on this mission, they're like, fuck, man, we don't know what to do. And he's like, I know a guy. And then, Donald Glover Lando shows up, and he does like one scene, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes to another thing, and then he's like, man, we need a faster ship. And he
Hey
goes,
man, that
I
dude
got a
that played
guy.
Solo.
And then get the guy who played Solo, and he can go call him up and be like,
Those guys are still young
Hey,
enough now that they can still play
Han.
those young characters.
Luke, what are you doing here? And then
Yeah.
he's like, we need a fast ship. And then they laugh.
And Han's
and
like,
it's one scene.
But you know what? I know a guy.
Yeah, it's
And
that's it. You just need these little throwaway scenes, but with a Star Wars Luke Skywalker rogue mission story.
Yeah.
Not Rogue One mission. I mean rogue mission. Like here he
I mean,
is just a dude
I understand too that like we can spit out ideas. 'Cause,
Well,
I mean, we had
with
our,
the best of them.
right, with the best of them.
Better ideas than fucking
Especially when I pitched was it Wong and Simu Liu,
yeah, dude.
that buddy comedy in Hong Kong in between, the
All in.
the Master Wizard and fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, by the way, how about Simu fucking blaming Marvel and Disney on him not being so famous? It's all, hey, how about you didn't take the ball and run with it like every other superstar did? Every other one was like, hey, I got a movie. Oh, I'm going to keep booking movies. And he was like, I guess I'll do a show on Peacock.
Right.
And it's all, well, no, man. How about you take the ball and run with it? Thor got ridiculously famous. Chris Evans went and did 700 movies.
Yeah, but still came back to play
And
fucking
then
Thor.
It's like, yeah, man, that's not Marvel or Disney's fault. It's your fault. You didn't have a good agent who was like, hey, we've got big Marvel star. Let's put him in some action flicks.
Also, too, Marvel, Disney has been notorious for, like, hey, John, we're gonna have you play this character, and we're gonna have you do it in these 2 movies, and then we got a 3rd movie, but you can't book anything because we don't necessarily know
Right.
when we're gonna
Yeah,
make
yeah.
this movie, right?
Sure.
And all of them talked about it to a degree, to where when they went to renegotiate their contracts, they were like, look, man, I gotta be able to move and do
Right.
things in between before you guys figure shit out.
Right.
Because it could be 2 years before, and hell, I mean, and that's what. Did you watch Kumail Nanjiani? He was on Stavros's podcast.
No, I haven't watched it. I saw that he was on there, but I haven't watched it.
It's hilarious. He's a funny dude.
Yeah.
He's
he
a real
was
funny
comedian.
dude.
So
I mean,
it,
yeah,
but-
he was a comedian, and then
And he got jacked.
and then you saw him, and he was really
Confusing.
good in Silicon Valley and all the other stuff.
Right.
And then what's crazy is he just kept it up.
Yeah.
He's just still super yoked.
Compared to style.
But he was talking on that podcast. He was like, man, He goes, I thought that the Eternals were going to lead me to like being in a big Disney project every year.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, what that does is that now I'll get paid big dollars to do this, and then I can go do like an independent film.
Yeah, I can do my
you
passion
know what I mean?
project,
Yeah,
right.
you can do that stuff. And I was like, man, that's a. He goes, man, I was thinking, man, that's a good way to think about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
For sure.
do the big check,
Yeah.
cash it,
And
and
then
then
do
it's like,
Knives Out too, or
yeah,
whatever the fuck.
whatever
Right,
it is.
whatever wacky,
yeah,
zany
and
thing
then
you wanna do.
make sure you free up some time because hey, this is we're gonna
when
need
they
you
call.
for
Yeah, and you got to make that in the contract for your next project. When they're like, "Hey, it's gonna take," he's like, "Hey, just so you know, if I get a call on Tuesday that says I have to be in
And
fucking
that's what I think-
Tunisia."
That's what I think. Simu, I think that's what happened to him is that he signed those contracts and then they're like, hey man, we're going to use you, and it just never happened.
Right.
And I'm not saying it's right.
Right.
I'm saying that it was they really kind of like dropped the ball on Shang-Chi.
Sure.
Showing, I mean, you can fucking put him in anything. You know what I'm saying? That's how beautiful it was during the Infinity Saga, where man, you don't know who the fuck was going to show up anywhere.
For sure.
And they were like, "Hey man, we're shorthanded because fucking Banner and Thor are MIA.
We don't know where they're at.
Hey, there's this dude in fucking San Francisco that's fucking wrecking house. You know what I'm
Banner's
saying?
making an anti-cancer movie.
It's like,
or
hey,
some
it's
horseshit.
fucking him or Scott.
Yeah.
It's either Shang-Chi or fucking Ant-Man over there in fucking San Fran.
Dude,
Bring
Paul
him in.
Rudd will say yes to anything, right? Clearly, Paul Rudd's the yes man.
Could
He's
you-
the Steve
and-
Harvey of movies?
Well, could you also imagine why couldn't they had like since they both were based in San Francisco, why wasn't there an Ant-Man where fucking Shang-Chi shows up?
Right. Why not?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
imagine the kind of
Well-
shit you could have had playing out.
It's also the you could go into it with why, right? After, I mean, what year did the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man come out?
I don't know. Like,
90.
was it? I thought it was like 2000.
Okay, was it? It was either 99 or 2000.
It was right in
there.
there. It was right in there.
All right. So why in 25 years, right, has the kid who grew up in like Queens, next to Hell's Kitchen, has still not entangled or helped
with Daredevil.
Daredevil?
Yeah.
Right. Daredevil's next door. It's the same apartment complex. It's all, hey man,
right.
like he's upstairs, just doing the same shit you are.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying because Brand New Day, they're supposed to have the Bernthal's going to
Sure.
be in there as a Punisher, and I'm cool about that. But like
Me too.
also, Bernthal was fucking with Daredevil.
Why
Why
is
couldn't they have like a
Daredevil-
3 kind of like, hey man, we need some extra help, and Punisher's like, I know somebody.
I don't even know why. Like, I don't even care which guy, right? Like, at the time, I made 42 Spider-Mans. It could have been an Affleck in there. It could have been just a guy in the suit, right? Just, you don't even have
Yeah.
to use an actor.
Right.
Just acknowledge,
like, hey,
like Iron Man. It's like, hey, man, there's a lot of times that's not Downey.
it's like they're like spying on somebody and go, hey man, you see this fucking dude in a red costume
Yeah, doing some ninja flips up there.
flipping over buildings?
But instead, they've no mention. And I'm like, this would be like if you filmed a whole show in Metropolis,
Right.
but never once brought up Superman. It's like, hey man, there's a guy named Superman doing all
Hey,
sorts of wild
you know,
shit.
you know where this is leading, right?
God damn it.
You know this is exactly what they fucking did in Madam Web. Your fucking hill that you're dying on, that you'll never win,
Where's Spider-Man at? It's like, what? Who?
when everything else in the entire movie is just a little bit askew from fucking Spider-Man, and they never bring him up.
What's his name? Peter.
Yeah.
It's all.
Yeah, it's like, who fucking did that dub? That must have been fucking an intern.
Fucking weird.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, look, I get why you like it. It was pretty people and
Sure,
flashy
that's all I care
lights
about.
and laser. I
Right.
mean, that's why you fucking
Obsessed with
you
this
got
shit.
half a heart on watching fucking Tron over here. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Tron I understand.
Right. Yeah.
Madam Web, I'll never understand.
Speaking of more Spider-Man adjacent shit, how about you seen the trailers for this Nick Cage Spider Noir?
Noir.
Yeah.
Hey man,
I'm curious. I am curious. That last trailer they
gonna
showed
watch
looked
it.
cool as shit.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it.
Fucking Ghost Rider is now fucking Spider-Man.
Oh, I heard that's
Who?
the rumor
What?
in Marvel.
That Cage is coming back as Ghost
Ah,
Rider?
it's the rumor They showed a chair.
But he can't be fucking Spider-Man Noir and fucking Ghost Rider.
Why not? Ryan Reynolds was Green Lantern and fucking Deadpool. Chris Evans been everybody.
But that was Marvel, and then that was fucking Fox. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
I mean, Chris Evans did it too.
But Chris Evans has been other superheroes too, though. You
can't fucking do that with a Nick Cage. You know what I mean?
Do whatever you want. Hey, Nick Cage can do whatever Nick Cage wants.
Look, I know he can too, but I'm just thinking. I just think it's gonna be a lot to try people to fucking figure out. They're gonna be losing their minds on the internet trying to figure out how they fucking connect. Yeah. How can he be Spider-Man in one alternate in fucking 515 and then be fucking Ghost Rider in 616? You know what I'm saying?
It's the same way that fucking James Gunn keeps trying to shoehorn Amanda Waller into shit just because she's a good actress and she's the only actress for that role.
Right.
We all agree that she's the person for that role. So they're like, we'll put her in, we'll give her own fucking show. And it's like, hey, anybody want to tie this all together? It's like, nope.
You know what's crazy? I hadn't watched any of Peacemaker.
Not any of it.
And
zero desire.
I liked the first season.
Yeah, sure, it was good.
But for some reason, I have no interest to watch the second one.
Zero desire.
I've been on, look,
and I like John Cena.
Not to brag. Shout out to my employer for me being able to finagle my way into 3 weeks of vacation.
Fucking what is that shit called? The FMLA leave or whatever it's on.
Well, I'm on my sabbatical.
Dude.
And I still have the rest of this week and all of next week. But
I didn't realize you were.
Yeah. When I figured out that after I left on the 28th that I wouldn't be back until the 19th, I was just like,
crazy talk.
This is what I hope.
And I felt guilty for taking 2 days in April, just so you know. So I need to stop that.
See, that's your first problem.
Because in October, I need some time off, and maybe I'm not going to do the 2 days. Maybe I'm just going to take an actual vacation.
You know what's crazy is because how our schedule is set up and holidays and all this shit, I'm not using nowhere near
for sure
all of my vacation time.
Yeah.
So I could do this in fucking July. You know what I mean? At this point, I could take another sabbatical.
Yeah, I always feel like I'm somehow screwing somebody over, so I keep not doing it. But I'm like, the other day I looked at I have an insane amount of sick leave.
Look, you're new to this game,
right?
As a master Jedi,
yeah,
I should tell you, lose that shit fast.
Got it.
Dump that guilt. Dump that guilt. If you want to take fucking 2 weeks off, you do it in the appropriate time,
right,
and get it cleared and get it scheduled. And I'm not for 1 second.
Yeah.
Thinking about what's going on at work.
That's smart.
Not for 1 second.
Right.
They probably think I'm being an asshole because I hadn't been up there but one time in the last fucking 12 days, and that's because I came up there to see you
and
my sister. Other than that, I haven't been up there during, daytime hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, nor should you.
The first time I'm going to see people is Saturday.
Yeah.
On the 10th. I hadn't seen any of them fools since the 28th.
What are you doing tomorrow? What are your plans? Do you have any?
Fire and Ice or Fire and Ash.
Yeah.
But man, I'm going to the 10:30 show.
Sure.
So I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna be out of there. I mean, it's 3 hours or whatever. It's a long fucking movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, very long. But this is no bullshit. I know dorks like to say it. It's visually compelling enough, and I don't care what anybody says. As somebody who hated the first one,
you're so sensory overload that you don't realize 3 hours has gone by.
You may have to pee a couple times. Other than that, it's fine. It's one of those. It's not a thing. It's not like that third Lord of the Rings where you're like, God damn, dude, how long is this battle?
Yeah, these guys been fucking fighting
CG
forever.
This CG orc warlock, whatever they were fucking called, battle that was fucking 2.5 hours long, and I was like, dude, this is.
Well, now when I first saw it, it didn't seem that crazy. Mm-hmm. Right? It's only after years and years of rewatch that you get to this, and then you find yourself hitting that fucking skip button,
Yeah, hey,
hitting
man.
that 10-second skip, 4 or 5 times to kind of get to the fucking end of it.
Like, any minute now.
It's like, I get it. Fucking black blood, orcs getting their heads cut off.
You're holding the button down, trying to get it to the 5 speed. You know,
Yeah.
you're like, where's that 5x, man? It's like,
And then you
no, it stops
fucking-
at 3x. You're like,
Remember when it was just a thing, and if you hit it too much, it started
yes,
rewinding.
yes,
And
for sure.
And if you had any lag, you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rewind. No, fucking don't rewind.
No, don't rewind.
Now, dude,
Yeah,
you can fucking tell your TV,
Hey, I'm not watching this shit.
fucking, hey, Gemini, fucking rewind it 1:30. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it just,
Okay. Yeah, that's what you want.
yeah, no, I think I'm going to go see, like I said, so that puts me, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30,
Yeah,
probably at about 2:30.
cool.
And
movie,
I don't know
man.
what I'm going to do tomorrow.
The plot's cool. It takes us. It's cool because it goes places you didn't expect. It
Yeah.
does. It genuinely goes to places you're like, oh wow, I didn't even think of that aspect, or I didn't
Yeah,
even go that
I
direction.
mean, I've been, Avatar is one of those like one of many movies where, like, I know you don't care about shit getting spoiled.
right.
I do. I really
Right.
kind of like try. That's why I didn't watch anything when Deadpool Wolverine came out, because I
Yeah,
didn't want to.
smart.
I didn't want to. I wanted to have that genuine,
Every now and then I do.
like, oh shit,
Every now and then,
oh shit, it's Wesley Snipes.
there are times when I want that. I will say that. As much as I love spoiling shit, so I don't have to deal with my anxiety in the theater, because I'll just sit there. The problem is I'll
And it's,
hyper
not,
focus.
and it's not that I won't debate what I think happens.
Oh sure.
And really, and more often than not, you're just kind of projecting what you want to happen.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then if you're right, it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes even if you're wrong, you're like, oh shit, I
shit.
was wrong, but hey, that's fucking cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? I like that too. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
It's the whole experience of like why I still go to the theater.
Oh for sure. Yeah.
I try to anyway, you know?
I got a
Like
friend that doesn't
I was
theater
saying, we were
anymore.
talking earlier. I mean, I really wanted to see, I wanted to go see Tron in IMAX.
Get that
you know
sound
what I mean?
going, man. It's awesome. It sounds and looks beautiful.
Yeah.
But
I'm stoked. I'm glad it came out today. I didn't know that.
there are plenty of times when I do like not plenty of them, but there are times when I'm like, man, I like this movie so much, I don't want to spoil it because I want the excitement.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't like is the way my brain will work. Is if I get there, like, say let's pick a random movie, but say you're watching Ghost Rider and then Sam Elliott shows up and he's like the original Ghost Rider. Well, the second they show him on screen, I'm like, I wonder if he's gonna die. He's old. He was the original Ghost Rider. I bet he's gonna die. Is he gonna die? I wonder if he's gonna die. Man, are they gonna kill him now? When are they gonna kill him? Oh wait, this scene now he's gonna fight. Oh, I bet he's gonna die now. And I will not be able to focus on the story, the action, the visuals, because all I'm like, when's he gonna die? 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 And then it's like, oh, he doesn't die. It's all, oh, well, shit. So like the spoiler helps me go, oh, he doesn't die? Cool, now I can just watch movies.
You enjoy the movie.
Like that fucking Mayans TV
Once
show.
you know how it fucking ends,
Dude,
or at
Mayans,
least with that character.
Edward James Olmos and the Mayans, right? That's like 4 seasons. And every episode, they make you think somebody's going to come kill Edward James Olmos. They make you think, hey,
Yeah.
dude, somebody's going to walk into his old man deli and blow his brains out. And you're like, oh, is he going to die this episode? Is he gonna? I almost would have waited until the show was over and then be like, hey, is Edward James Olmos
Yeah,
in the last
I remember
3
that.
episodes?
I remember feeling similarly when I watched it the first season for the first time, because you just felt
Every
come
time
out-
the door opened.
Like, yeah, every time something happened, like a creak or a bell in that fucking shop, you just thought, oh, here it is. This is where he's gonna fucking get smoked.
Hey, I can't not acknowledge this.
What?
So I haven't started it yet. The Abandons is in my queue.
Right, I told you. I watched the first episode. I
Okay.
hadn't watched anything since.
It's a Kurt Sutter show.
Yeah.
It came out in December.
Yes.
Okay, December. Today is January 7th.
Yep.
Netflix has already fired Kurt Sutter
No.
from the show and from their deal. And now he's got 3 projects in the works with 2 other networks. And he's like, he went on probably his own podcast or whatever. Him and fucking Peg Bundy are talking. And he was like, I have 3 projects in the works. 2 of them are halfway in progress. And we're working with 2 other networks that aren't pussies and blah blah blah. It's all
Oh damn.
here we go.
Oh, damn.
Here we go, Sutter. I'm like, this motherfucker can't stay hired
Sutter
for
talking shit.
I'm like, your show just came out. We're not talking like, hey, it had a season and then it's like
Less than 2
It
months
came-
ago.
it came out in December.
Yeah. Less than 2
I don't even
months.
think it was December 1st. It was like the middle of December.
5 weeks.
This motherfucker out. Netflix is like, hey, you're problematic.
But how does that happen though?
Kurt Sutter being Kurt Sutter, I guess.
Yeah, but like what? How is Kurt Sutter being Kurt Sutter? Where like this thing, the fucking ink isn't even dry, and they're like, nah,
No, he must have done something.
we're gonna make a change.
We're done. Sorry. So he's
That's
like,
wild.
I have these 3 projects, and he's like, I'm still, if
You know what I don't like? The one thing that I didn't like about that show is that you can't have, because I'm surprised Jax didn't show up.
oh, for sure. Yeah,
I mean, he's got Opie.
Yeah, he's
he's
turned
got
into-
fucking his wife in there.
he's
who
turned
was,
into Tim Burton and Rob Zombie, where it's just
Right.
like, oh, here we go. Here they are.
At least with Sandler, he was making comedies,
Right.
and all those
That's
guys were
what's
fucking funny.
And that's what
You know
makes
what
it
I
funny
mean?
is when Rob Schneider shows up as a weird ethnicity to
Yeah.
doing something stupid.
It's
Yeah.
all done, and look, I'm all for bringing your homies up. You know what I'm saying? And he's married to one of them, and
Right.
then everybody fucking loves Opie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So see him show up, but he's a stark contrast of what he, to a degree, and I'm just like, man, is this just like a fucking 1800s? Fucking the beginnings of the
Yeah, it's the
fucking
same.
Jax Teller.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, they're in fucking Teller Saloon. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
all, oh, here we go.
Oh, what was his name? Angus Teller.
Yeah.
I came here to do what Angus Teller wanted to do. So they had Cersei in it. They got some big guns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
They got fucking Gillian and
I want to see it.
Lena
I'm
Headey.
going to start it, but it is funny because it's just like, hey, bro,
Yeah.
how are you already out?
But what I'm saying is sometimes when you see a guy that did a very beloved show like Sons of Anarchy, I fucking loved it. You love it.
Right.
Big fandom of it.
Yeah.
And you see all those characters being worked into something else by the same guy that fucking made this. It just seems
Yeah,
like,
dude.
man, I understand like maybe having some guest spots.
Right.
You know what I mean? Have them show up for a couple episode arc or something.
Yeah.
But when they're in there from the get-go, it just seems like everybody is just,
Yeah.
you better have a very compelling story because once
Right.
people figure out that this is not Sons of Anarchy,
Dude.
you know what I mean? They're going to bow out, which I've kind of done.
Right. If I see another cast member from Home Improvement on another goddamn Tim Allen show, it's
Yeah.
a hey man.
But you're illustrating my point.
I just watched him do an interview with Bill Maher. It was really good. And Bill Maher was saying something about sitcoms, and Bill Maher's like, well, you own those, huh? And he was like, I mean, there's only been 3 successful ones in 30 years, and they're all 3 yours.
Yeah.
He was like, nobody makes any sitcoms that make any dog shit money at all. Somehow they keep giving you a fucking sitcom. And Tim Allen's like, I know, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, I tried to turn it down. And they were like, here's more money. And he was like, no. And they were like, here's a new plot. And he's like, that's the same plot. And they were like, he just,
It's
finally they were like,
well, look, man, I've always said that like movies, it's all the same formula,
right,
right? And I mean, and they said it: the first act, second act, third act,
right.
all
For
this
sure.
stuff. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's always going to be good versus evil, or finding
yeah.
love, or trying to get
Set.
love back,
Introduce the character, put him in the worst situation
yeah,
possible,
and then have them
resolve.
Yeah, and have them triumph in the end, right? I mean, that's how.
That's why the first Star Wars is so good. The New Hope.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. The fourth.
yeah. Well,
Star
you know what I'm saying. The original Star Wars, and so like, I guess when you find a good show, it's like, Sons of Anarchy was just kind of like a Shakespearean drama
Yes, for sure.
based around bikers, right?
Yeah,
And Kurt
he
Sutter
took
did a
Shakespearean-
fantastic job of shaping and creating this universe and giving us those characters
Right.
that we all beloved and endeared and fought for and cried when they died. Who wasn't fucking sad
Whole world.
when Opie got fucking killed in prison?
Whole world.
You know how many times I fucking listened to that song that they played during that time?
Yes.
I mean, it was great. So my point is like
Hey,
sometimes
losing Half Sack, losing Opie, those were huge moments.
Huge moments.
Fucking the wife getting murdered, all that shit was heavy.
It was heavy, but it follows the same thing. It was about these, and then then you always have this like this. You have one person there that's kind of grown up in that life, and then now they're trying to want something different.
Yeah,
it's not an original story.
No,
but it's the characters and how they're fleshed out is what keeps people coming back.
Right,
and that's what he did so well with Sons of Anarchy. That's how what's his face did with Breaking Bad, because fucking Walter White does a fucking 180, and it was so different because you thought at some point Walter, and he did in a way try to like amend for all the crazy shit he done, right?
Little atonement,
but there was never no like stark 180 where he turns good all of a sudden. He was like, no, he wrote it to the end and even admitted to himself. He goes, nah, I fucking got crazy and I let it ruin this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's like, and you're right about this thing where it's not so much the new idea, it's executing the idea better. And at the time, and I'm not talking about the new one, but we're talking about the era. But I remember my boy Nigel was like, after we saw the first Incredibles, he was like, oh, they did Fantastic Four better than Fantastic Four did Fantastic Four. And then you go back and watch the first two Incredibles and you're like, hey, these are up until now, those are better
fucking great
Fantastic Four movies than the real Fantastic Four.
And I'm not like a big like animation guy,
but they're great. The plots are good, the action's good, the humor's there. But you're like, oh, they are.
Yeah,
they're
I
Fantastic
gave The
Four.
Incredibles a chance just because it was like superhero related. You know what I mean?
It's without a doubt he was right, especially when you watch.
I get why people love Toy Story,
right?
But I mean, it didn't move me like it did some people, but The Incredibles did.
Incredibles great. And that's when you realize you're like, oh, I see. And I was like, yeah, man, but they're not the real Fantastic Four. He goes, that's not the point. They did it better then. And I was like, yeah, it's the same story. Superhero family. They fight the Mole Man, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Just like the new one. It's all, this is the same fucking movie. But it's,
Pixar
good.
Nailed it. You know what I mean?
Sometimes that happens. It's almost like watching these movies, this trying to decide who did it best, right? But you go and watch these revenge movies, not the women ones. They've made like 60 of those where like the fucking angry wife, and it's played by every Jennifer ever, everybody.
All
ever,
Jennifer
right?
hotness.
There's been a million of those scorned women that come back and fucking murder. And there's
shout out to the originator. What was that? Sleeping with the Enemy.
Sleeping with the Enemy. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. What do you fucking double jeopardy? Bitch killed him twice. You know what I mean? There's that one. Here's the one I'm talking about. Here's the thing I'm talking about, though, is the dude ones. So Gerard Butler had one, right? Kevin Bacon had one where he gave himself a skullet. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
He has to go like buy guns from Dan Goodman.
That was the Death Wish remake, wasn't it?
It was supposed to be. Death Wish remake ended up being with Bruce Willis, whereas originally it was supposed to be. And then
Bacon.
But Bacon did one. He had to get like steal guns from John Goodman. It turned out he was going to go kill John Goodman's son or some shit.
Yeah.
But Butler did one. And there's all these ones where the dudes have done A Man Apart and A Man on Fire. And when you watch them, those came out like a month apart. And you got to decide like, hey, who's got the best one, right? So dramatically, A Man on Fire is the better movie.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But then when you're watching like A Man Apart, you're like, I actually do believe Vin Diesel, though, could beat the shit out of everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas
even Vin Diesel with hair could beat the fuck out of everybody.
So it's cool to watch those, but you got to decide, like, oh, this is all the same plot as The Punisher. They're all The Punisher.
Yeah.
It's all like, hey, you killed my family, I have to retaliate.
Yeah.
So whether it's fucking Dolph Lundgren's Punisher, Thomas Jane's Punisher, fucking the shitty one,
Ray Stevenson.
I know everybody likes that one. I had a problem with it.
I thought it was.
I didn't like that collar.
That collar, I understand that. Because he kind of walked around, like, remember, what was it, Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man with that fucking Baldwin showed up in those Kevlar coats.
Uh-huh.
That's how Ray Stevenson looked when he was walking around.
Right.
And it was overly violent.
Right. Yes.
And I understand the Punisher needs violence.
Right. But
Right. But he was a little like there's a scene where he's like in the kitchen and he has this little girl and like some guy's like propped up but
Yes.
dying and he just kind of walks out of the room holding the girl to
Right.
save her and just fucking blows this dude's head off. I'm like,
he could have done
if he
without that.
really, you know who did it right though? Remember in Face Off
Mhm.
where they go to like that dude's headquarters
Yes.
and they put the headphones on the
it
kid
was perfect.
and they kind of like just focused on him when you see all this incredible violence going on in the background.
Yep.
I mean, that's how you kind of do that stuff because
That's how you do it.
kids get exposed, but you know,
Trying to give him the least.
they're walking by and she hears this loud boom and just like this wetness, and it's just
Right.
like, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, dude.
Just get
It's
out of
too
there.
much.
You're
Just get
trying
out.
to save her. Don't fucking stick around blowing dude's head off, right? Get her to fucking
Just cause.
just get her to fucking safety. You know what I mean? That was the whole fucking point.
Yes. But yeah, you start. I like.
I'm gonna get her out of here,
doing
but
it.
first I'm gonna go around and make sure everybody who doesn't have a
Everybody's fucking-
face.
Yeah.
You know, all right.
No,
Psycho.
you start. It's even a funny example of unnecessary moments of violence. And caveat, I love this movie, but the new Roadhouse, there's a scene where Gyllenhaal rolls up to the pool house of the bad guy,
Yeah.
looking for the bad guy. And he's like, hey, where are they? And the guy's like, oh, man, look, I don't know, man, but I don't want any trouble.
Yeah.
And for no reason,
Yeah,
the guy wasn't shooting him. He wasn't fighting him. He didn't have a single weapon.
just cleans
he
his
just
clock.
murders this fucking guy with bare hands and then drowns him. And you're all, huh. And then
Yeah.
he does it like 4 more times. And you're all, hey, man, that's not even. These are just.
You know,
You didn't need that. That guy just. He's a dickhead.
you
He's
have
hanging-
this look,
He wasn't going to come after you.
and look, if we can continue on this caveat of the Roadhouse remake,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a little much,
Yeah.
right?
For sure.
Nothing like the original Roadhouse.
Nothing like it.
It had all of the fucking violence and fighting, and then we had the fucking dude getting his throat ripped out.
Yeah.
That was wild for that time.
Right.
You know, during that time in like fucking action movies, like
Mm-hmm.
the dude got his fucking throat ripped out.
Right.
But it seems like, man, and I know Doug Liman, you know, he gave us, you know, fucking Born Identity.
That's right.
He directed some great action movies. I don't know, man. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it
Right.
just, man, it didn't even
It's a lot.
give me a remotely the same kind of feeling I got when I watched like fucking 140-pound fucking Patrick Swayze doing yoga.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then just walking
Sure.
into a bar and just fucking house and dog walking every fucking dude in there.
Well,
Right.
you would also, you know, and this is where times have changed, but like, outside of a few corny throws, Roadhouse is dudes fighting,
Yeah.
but bar fight. Like, hey man, don't do that. He's a little bit stronger. He's a little bit more trained, and the new one, it's like, hey, we all know. Shoot the bed jujitsu. We all know fucking
Everybody.
Muay Thai.
It's funny how they're fucking rival gangs, and then they all see each other like fucking 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, dude. Y'all got to be down there at the
They were
fucking
just rolling with each other 2 days ago,
Bastrop location.
and now they're fucking trying to kill each other and be
Yes.
like, "Oh, I gotta go. All right, man. See you Friday."
Hey,
See
I'll see you Friday. Hey, you
Yeah.
rolling?
Yeah, you rolling
Yeah, no,
Friday?
I'll be there Friday, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you doing the early? Nah, I'm doing 9 o'clock.
No, I gotta go see a chiropractor.
Oh, dude, the wife's got the.
Yeah.
So, hey, the kids got the play. Oh, I'll be there. My daughter's in that too. It's
Yeah.
wait, what? No, we're rival gangs, and yet we
Just
all
showing
know.
up at fucking school place because they're all got kids in school.
Yeah. So it's a little bit more difficult because it's like the fighting. And now, he did mess up.
And the
here.
ending was kind of crazy.
Ending was wild.
You know what I mean? Like with the whole, it was just,
And the boat through the building.
hey
was
man,
wild.
look,
But
there was a simplicity about Roadhouse, the original one, right?
yes,
You had like the good looking dude. He goes to this bar that's untamable,
untamable, baby.
right? And he
Right.
shows up and he's like Zen and fucking doing fucking taekwondo or whatever the fuck he was doing, and meets the super hot doctor when he
Right.
gets the shit kicked out of him a little bit, and it was fighting, it was clean, and like saying even for that time with a throat, they could
Yeah,
have
that was
they could have given us something similar, and I think with Gyllenhaal and
right.
the kind, because I was kind of expecting, because when you see like the Bourne Identity, even though it's kind of all it was all handheld, and it seemed like nobody was holding a fucking camera on Roadhouse. It was all this fucking crazy.
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you fucking Michael Bay jump in halfway through. What the fuck is going on here?
Weta from fucking
Yeah.
Matrix. They're all, hey,
Yeah.
we rigged up bullet time over here.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, this is not Roadhouse.
I
Roadhouse
did enjoy
was
it.
a
I
fucking
liked the movie.
gritty. Oh, look, I'm
But-
not saying it was terrible.
I get lost. I get mildly lost on little things where I'm like, when I say this, like I right, because I have terrible taste, so it's fine. But like, I'm 98% all in on the movie, right? Because there's so many little plot points that I'm like, no, this is the thing I like, or this is the thing I like. Like I can tell you little aspects that I'm like, this is cool because, right?
Right.
But look, I understand at the time, and I get now that he's about 100 down, but at the time, I understand that Post had lost about 40 pounds, right? But in that fucking opening scene, I'm supposed to believe
that Post Malone
can
is
fight
in it.
anyway. And now, I don't care if he's a little slimmer, okay? He had these weak-ass arms, right?
Yeah.
Not like even the thing that you and I have. He had these...
It's like, even if you look
flimsy-
at like fucking Nick Diaz,
Right,
who doesn't have the body.
right,
I mean, he could just be a fucking guy working at Brookshire Brothers,
right,
but he would fucking stomp the shit out of you.
right.
And then when you see him handling himself, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
damn. I'm with you. I was like, who gives a fuck about Post Malone? I'd
Posty?
fucking bitch slap the shit out of that
Slap
dude.
the fuck out of you, especially
My
now.
fat
It's
fat
like,
ass bad hip. I'm fucking
yeah, dude. Your
dogging
arms-
him right in the mouth, dude. I'm not even worried.
You see, slap fight, you would be slap fight Matt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, my arm's gonna and it. So when he's like, oh no, go Carter, he's good with his hands. It's like, that's CG you did with Posty's hands. I was like,
Yeah.
that you had to do.
How much money you spend on putting his head on an actual fighter?
I mean,
Like saying.
so
Not saying
that
it's
for
terrible.
me was the 2% that was rough. It was like, hey, this
Yeah.
opening scene where I have to believe that Post
Who
Malone
on
is gonna
any
fight
planet
anything.
And look, I'm not shitting
I get
on
it's cool.
Posty.
Nope,
Because
nope.
I've
Respect it.
seen him in a lot of like people recording where he's like super cool to fans,
Great
especially
guy.
ones
Clearly.
with disabilities.
Clearly a talented, great guy.
I just don't believe that he's gonna be in a fucking ring fighting anybody.
No. Yeah, for some
You know what I
fucking-
mean? If anything, Posty was like the best friend fixing to console his buddy who just got the shit kicked out of
Right.
him.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, hey man, we'll get him next
He's
time.
Cheddar Bob. You know what I mean? That's who you need to be. You're the buddy. You don't get on stage. You're the buddy. I like those actors.
Shout
that are
out to
just
Posty,
that.
man. I love you. You'll never hear
All
this,
respect.
But yeah, you was Cheddar Bob. You should have been Cheddar Bob in Roadhouse.
Not the fucking throwing hands.
Yeah.
That should have been like Michael Chandler.
Hey man, you're outside the ring talent.
yeah.
You're not
Oh, dude.
inside the ring talent.
Yeah, he's holding a towel.
Yeah.
something like that.
I could even see him as like a promoter.
Oh,
You
dude,
know what I
totally
mean?
do
The
that.
way that motherfucker dresses.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like you. Some days I come to work and you look like you're about to give a lecture at a musical theory class in junior college.
Right. Clear.
You know, it works for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't. But like John is, look, no
Right.
disrespect.
Right.
No,
But I'm not.
You know, I'm be like in this corner.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
John the Devastator, Deshaun. You know, and you're like,
No.
even if you're like, I don't even know if I believe it. You know
Right.
what
Yeah.
I mean?
I'm not that guy.
I'm not
Don't
saying you
cast
can't
me as
scrap.
that- Right.
I'm just saying you're not jumping in the octagon.
Don't put me in the octagon.
Yeah.
No, and I have been in a lot of fucking bar fights, and I don't like them. But I wouldn't put me in the movie as the guy to beat. You know, nobody's
Like
gonna
the-
buy that shit.
Like the tough competition in the first fight of the movie.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
yeah. I don't know what happened. Just got a weird cramp over here. Sorry.
Yeah, you all right?
I don't know. It's old, I guess,
Hey, man,
because it's not. Usually they come undone, but this one's not.
you're almost there. You got one more year, dude.
I know, right?
Tomorrow's the day,
It is big day, man.
the big 50. I'm
Big
excited.
50. You should be. You made it.
I'm more excited for Saturday.
Sure, but it's exciting that you got here. You know what I mean?
And I've been stressing. Well, I don't know if I've been stressing, but like the whole week of, this. At some point, I had to stop thinking of like it almost felt like, man, I'm nervous because I want everybody to have a good time.
That's not
And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have a good time.
right. That's all that matters.
If somebody else wants to have a good time with me, you know what I mean?
Right.
Fucking jump on in.
Yeah, that's not your concern.
No. And
But,
then, I want people to have a
Yeah.
good time there. I don't want people to be,
There are times when you think about concern, like what is your job and your worry and your concern. Oh, it's funny that we already brought up this movie, but I watched an interview with Jax Teller, right? And he was talking about whatever project he was doing for Apple. It was some show he was doing for Apple, and they were like, "Hey, you dipped on TV, tried to do some movies, and then you went back. Now doing." He goes, "Yeah," and they were like, "Well, how although." People look back and enjoy the movie. They were like, "How did you take the fucking financial failure that King Arthur was?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" And this was no bullshit. This is how cool that motherfucker is. He goes, "What do you mean?" And they were like, "Well, that movie did bad at the box office." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I heard about that." And they were like, "Right. So how'd you take that, career wise?" And he was like, "What does that have to do with me?"
Right.
And they were like, "What do you mean? You were the star of King Arthur. You played King Arthur in King Arthur." He goes, "No, I'm an actor, and I showed up.
Yeah.
I said my lines.
I did what
and
the
I did
director
the part."
wanted.
He goes, "I got paid, and then I was off of that movie set, and I never looked back." He goes, "I wasn't in the editing room.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing any. I did nothing after
Yeah, he
it.
didn't have his fingers on a
At all.
lot of pots with that movie. He
He
just
goes,
showed up.
I showed up." He goes, "I did my scenes. I got paid enough." He goes, "Hey, man,
Yeah, if anybody should be shouldering that failure, it was Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie."
Yeah.
But then he goes, "I'm not the reason any movie or any show is a success or a failure."
Right.
He goes, "My job is to act and to do whatever I'm told. I read the script,
Yeah.
I play the
Go the
character,
fuck home, dude.
and I get paid and I go home." He goes, "It would be a real problem if any actor," and then I thought, man, all actors, you're the only
Yeah.
one. He was like, "It'd be a real problem if I paid attention to the budgets and the reviews." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's every other actor."
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, every other actor's fucking scared to death, thinking, "Well, that's it. I'll never work again."
Well, it's kind of harkens back to this whole deal with Lively and that dude in that big lawsuit over that movie. It was kind of like she came in and was wanting to have her stamp on other parts, and it's like, well, you're not involved to that level.
Yeah.
You're just here to deliver lines, and
Yeah.
then you
Do
wanted
your
fucking
job.
soundtrack approval, and you wanted final edit approval, and you wanted all this shit, and it's like, yo, you got paid just to come in and say your lines and look hot,
Right.
You know what I'm
Here's
saying?
your job.
and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to have that much influence on it, then it should have been maybe a project that you championed,
Yeah.
that you were involved with from the beginning. So when
Yeah.
it gets to production stage, you can you can have your say on what happens. You know what I mean? But don't like try to Bigfoot this guy's project, and then
No, for sure.
then it turns into this ugly year-long
this
fucking
crazy
bullshit.
Fucking, and then all sorts of like dork drama comes out with it, to where it's like now where it's real petty with like, "Oh, he did this and I did this, and now Ryan Reynolds is involved." You're all like, "Hey,
And like she was threatening to sick fucking Taylor Swift on him and
dude,
shit like
it's
that. I
so
was like,
much
yo,
weird shit."
how the fuck did this spin out?
It reminds me of a couple of things though, like and I got to take one of them with a grain of salt, because on one hand, I get it. The world thinks Denzel's a great actor. I don't think he's a great actor. I think he's an actor, and I think he does the job in his movie that he's supposed to do. But like, it's never like I've turned on the TV and he's had a British accent and he's played a lord, right?
No.
You know what I mean? He's not playing like a lord
Well,
of
then
England.
he played that. He was in that Gladiator movie.
Yeah, sounded like Denzel. Go watch it. He doesn't even try.
Yeah, it's like where this motherfucker's
He's like,
from.
"All
He's
right,
not from
okay,
Rome.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
They're gonna
I
fight. All
guarantee.
right.
I guarantee it.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Guarantee it.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. I'll decide.
Dude,
Better give me a show though. They better give a show. I didn't want to see that crowd yelling.
He does not act. He just Denzel's. But like, he's one of the ones who said he was mad at Leto for that million things or little things or whatever, because he was like, man, he goes, no, it's called acting, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool. That's a really good statement. But then on my head, I was like, yeah, but you played the same guy for the last 60 years. Like, you show up
You know what's crazy
outside of
is-
Roots
is
or whatever. You,
the same could be said for Sam Jackson,
for sure.
but
Same could
Sam
be said.
Jackson don't give a shit.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
He goes, I'll do the lines, but it's me.
It's me. The
I'll
other
show up.
guy-
You're gonna get Sam Jackson.
Yeah. The other guy who criticized method acting was Bryan Cranston. But Bryan Cranston, in my opinion, is an actor. He's not just one guy. Bryan Cranston,
Yeah, the way he embodied fucking Walter White
Walter
through
White
its
was
evolution.
not the Malcolm in the Middle dad. That was two different dudes.
No, I mean he's even gone as far as said on other podcasts and interviews that that's why he chose it, because it
Yeah.
was such a stark contrast from playing a buffoon on Malcolm in the Middle
And
to
he's
being
played-
like a buffoon that turns into a fucking kingpin and it turns into a fucking evil motherfucker
Yeah,
by
yeah,
the
yeah.
end. You know,
Yes.
man, I'm gonna have to fucking rewatch Breaking Bad now.
So when he says, hey, man, it's called acting. We don't know all this method shit. You just show up and do the job. And I'm like, I respect that, because he's a real actor, acknowledging it is acting, right?
Well-
because the problem with Bale, Leto, and fucking Daniel Day, it's like, hey, dude, you could just act like a crackhead, right?
Yeah,
Nobody said you had to go live homeless,
yeah.
right? Like, when you hear the stories of like, oh no, Daniel Day fucking cut his leg off and they had to sew it back on so he could play one left foot or what, you're like,
Yeah.
hey man, he's like, he tied it down and you're all, you could have just acted, right? Like,
I
that's your
mean,
job.
Fucking Gary Sinise did it, and he just put on some fucking blue compression socks,
Right.
and they CG'd the fuck out of it. You know what I mean?
You just, and Leto's the same thing. Bale, Jesus, dude, hey, maybe don't lose 300 pounds and then gain
Yeah.
200 pounds and then all muscle and then do it again. And then
I tell you what, though. Fucking Leto in Dallas Buyers Club,
sure, he deserved the Oscar.
for sure.
Right. But
And
that's
look,
the
even
thing.
though,
It's like he
even
went and
though
got
he's kind of
AIDS.
like even though he's kind of a pseudo Jesus fucking dude, all other times,
Yeah.
and that fucking the fact that he's like 50 and looks 30,
Right.
He wearing fucking Chanel muumuus on fucking stage with his rock band, which he's like, you look at him and his brother and you're like, I mean, he could be a cousin.
Right.
I don't know if
Yeah,
that,
dude, it's
you
like
look at
his
fucking
brother.
Jared Leto and then you look at his brother and it's like, brother, I mean,
Just a
fucking,
guy. All right. He's a
it's
nice
si-
looking guy.
you know, that could be his fucking brother's fucking kid or his dad's
Yeah,
cousin, you
it's
know
like,
what I mean?
Oh, that's my dad's half brother.
Yeah, that I believe. These motherfuckers were out of the same gene
DNA,
pool.
dude. Yeah.
I mean, unless they were different daddies.
No, they one drank that the Hollywood juice, I think, whatever, the adrenochrome and
Oh yeah, they had the baby's blood,
fucking
and-
baby
and
semen, whatever they do.
They birthed
Yeah.
Jetto,
uh-huh.
Jared Leto.
That's how that works. But yeah, you do wonder when, like, even I mean, a good example, right? Because he showed up in one of our fucking Marvel movies. It's like you see Bale and you're just like, hey, this method acting shit, right? Because you kind of want to go like, hey, dude, you and Downey are the only two that are that are trying to act in these things, right? And we
Yeah.
love them, but I'm just saying, all Chris Evans has to do is be a good guy,
Yeah,
right? All Thor has to do is be arrogant.
yeah. The most that he had to do to be Captain America was just get fucking yoked.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
it.
what I mean? Other than just because he seems like a really
normal-
fucking normal, nice guy.
Hey, man, how you
I
doing?
mean, they questioned him a little bit when he married a fucking hot 27-year-old or
Sure.
whatever. But hey, man, go fuck yourself.
Go
I'm
fuck
Captain
yourself.
America. I do what I want. You know what I mean? For me,
Mhm.
I appreciated that Captain America
Yeah,
found him a fucking smoke show.
yeah, why not?
But you know what I mean. But you're right. He's just like, you gotta gain 40 pounds of muscle. But I mean, you
Right.
basically just be yourself
Right.
and read the lines. And he's
Hey.
like, I can do it.
You know who else gets to totally be themselves? Fucking Dork Ruffalo.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, you're annoying about causes in real life, and then it's like, hey, what are you gonna be on the show? It's like, I'm gonna be annoying about causes. It's all.
Yeah.
Well, that's not.
Yeah.
I guess you're not.
Him
gonna
trying to
act
fight Tony about the creation of Ultron. It was just
Fuck.
fucking Mark. You know, it'd be the same tone he'd take if he was doing an interview about some kind of like,
fucking environmental.
environmental
cause.
shit. Yeah.
So hey, dude, that's why I don't watch his movies. Like I saw a movie one time where he was like the quirky boyfriend. I was like, all right, I don't hate you. You're the annoying side boyfriend. And then it's like he got Hulk, and I was like, this is pretty cool. It's a neat thing. And then he started making the movies, and I was like, wait, what's this one about? It's like, oh, this one's about a drug company. This one's about a fucking evil corporation. This one's about a law firm.
I started that series he was in on HBO Max.
Oh, yeah.
Task.
Right.
And, I mean, it was all right.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. Like, he's the same guy in every movie.
Here you go, dude. What are you on a mission to
now,
save? Fucking...
you just get an older one now, you know?
Yeah, dude. Nope. Here's a bunch of shit I don't need, right?
All right, as we bring it to the end, we're going to go back to, man, I mean, I really want to temper my excitement.
I know you do.
About Doomsday.
Mine's untempered, just so you know. Once I saw him on his knees doing the blast straight out of a comic panel.
Because, you know, I've been watching a lot of the shows that, you know, pontificate on the trailers, and it was just like, man, they had all these theories, and ones were like, oh, hey, they show up, but they're only like in the first act. Like,
right.
It's their,
That's
like,
fine.
like they're the reason that they're in this incursion doomsday scenario. And I'm like, okay. But, you know, but it also, it canonizes them, right? And so what you hope is, if that's the case, or if they're involved in the whole movie,
Right.
because this is just a prelude to Secret Wars.
Right.
Which Doomsday already seems fucking wild.
Right.
And then now they got next year, they're going to have Secret Wars, and it's like, the fuck is going to go on in that show?
Dude,
in that movie?
Speaking of that, hey, have you ever, I know you have, right? Sometimes you get in your head, you're like, you know what, I'm going to rewatch, and you start to rewatch a show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, yesterday at about 3 a.m, I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to rewatch this because I think maybe we gave it an unfair shake. And I made 7 minutes into Secret Invasion before I turned it off. Hey, 7 minutes.
I haven't thought about that show until you just brought it up.
Daenerys shows up, and I'm all, I'm out. And I turned the show off. I was like, this was terrible.
You know, that was so much of a shit show that I didn't even fucking bring it up because I feel like I fucking... I had blocked that like it was like a childhood trauma. You know what I mean?
How'd they make a show so boring?
Yeah.
It's so uneventful.
And I showed up. I watched every episode because I thought at some point it was about to get fucking rad, and it just never
happened, dude.
Never happened. And it was so disappointing. I would argue
it's a disappointment.
I would argue now that now that I think about it, right now the shittiest show it's probably Secret Invasion, followed by The Acolyte.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as like.
Yes, as far as what they've done there.
How they just fucked it all up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there was so much potential in both shows.
Well, because like Hawkeye was a fun show.
Oh, super fun.
And that fucking Captain America, Bucky Barnes, that was a fun show.
Yeah, well, Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
dude,
it was great.
A cool show.
Yeah.
And then
it was like it was so inconsistent, so hit and miss.
Secret
and they
Invasion
were you know what I worry about anything that Disney does now is not going to be in movie format.
Right.
They want to do everything to bring traffic to the streamers.
Sure.
Right? They want everybody to they want that Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN bundle. Right? They want to sell as many of those as
they keep trying to push. I'm like, dude, I'm not changing
every time
my
I
bundle.
open up the fucking
you
app
want the
now,
new bundle?
Do you want to upgrade? Fuck off, man. I'm just trying to fucking watch Designated Survivor, dude.
Right.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I want to see Maggie Q kick somebody's ass,
That's
dude.
all I want to see. I'm not trying to do this. Yeah, dude, I'm excited though.
I hope
I have
it's
high
good.
hopes, and I don't care. I don't care if they show up for 10 seconds.
And I know I fucking beat this dead horse, but in
if
game,
you say the word, God,
look, I'm
dude,
saying,
we're gonna have a little noise every time you say it, or a shot game. Hey, folks, take a shot every time he mentions a end game.
I'm just saying that I remember that night I was at work. I called my relief and gave him some excuse of why he needed to come in early because I wanted to get there in enough time to get a good seat because I was leaving from work, driving to the next town over to go to the movie theater and watch it. And he comes in and I get there and it's already fucking packed.
Yeah.
And I'm down there in those like super close seats.
The ones I can't watch. Yeah.
Yeah, the one where you like I could barely fucking watch it with 2 eyes.
Wait, what is this?
I can barely fucking take it all in with 2 eyes. And so I'm kind of like sitting at an angle with my head leaned all the way back because I can get it all in. But just like, whew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The excitement. And man, I don't want to take it there with Doomsday and then have it fucking shit the bed, dude.
I think it might be good.
I hope so.
I mean,
they brought the Russos back. They got RDJ. They got
Cyclops.
Evans. They got fucking all these 87 chairs that they spent 4 hours revealing on YouTube for God knows what fucking dumbass reason, but they did. And yeah, I hope it's good. I want it to be good.
I believe in them.
I mean, they went out, they did Extraction, they did what was it? Weren't they involved in that 7-layer burrito, whatever that thing was on fucking Netflix, the 7-layer problem or whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
And I want it to be good.
Yeah.
And those were all right. And Extraction was fine. I mean, it was crazy. Netflix was like, here's all the money because you made, at this point, they made the biggest movie of all fucking time.
Right.
So, and it was Chris Hemsworth was fine. All the characters, the shootouts were great.
Yeah.
And so, and then they were like, they had some things that weren't, and then Marvel was fucking just taking L's. And they were like, hey, let's just fucking bring those two dudes back and let them fucking handle it. They did a good job on Infinity War and Endgame. So now, hopefully, man, we get two big bangers with Doomsday.
I say bring Whedon back. I say Marvel hires Snyder to piss off James Gunn.
No.
That's what I want. Hey, Marvel, if you're listening, right? Moderately Idiotic Podcast endorses. You all know we do not.
There's only one
idiot.
moderately idiotic person endorsing that because I am not. I want to have nothing to do with.
I want Whedon back.
I don't want that.
And I want Zack Snyder.
Whedon, I'm okay with because fucking Avengers was fucking great.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, I would say when Avengers came out, and everybody was kind of questioning whether it was going to be a great like crescendo to this timelines of all these movies that were going to culminate into this one big epic, saga.
It was great.
And it delivered
For sure.
on everything.
I agree.
I mean, I'm like Endgame, first Avengers,
Right.
Infinity War.
Right. Civil War.
I would say
I like First Avenger a lot, but
what was the second Captain America? Winter Soldier,
Winter
number
Soldier,
4. Man, maybe, would you say?
I love the First Avenger. I think it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I think it's just done perfectly.
5 is a tough one. Round out the top 5 of, like, in my own opinion, the greatest, the comic book movies.
We can check out, but I'm going to watch this show, but I have no interest in the show. Let me clarify.
Okay.
I will watch the show, but I have zero interest in Wonder Man. I will watch it,
Well, yeah, of course we're going to watch it.
but I have no
It's
interest.
kind of part of, like,
it's
how
what
we
do.
mildly do our job.
Yeah, it's like I'm watching you, but I'm not looking forward to it. Nothing about it looks interesting. Nothing about it looks good. As it stands, I was just like, well, this looks like a show.
I mean, Marvel is only maybe at like 30% of like shit that they put out in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That like really hit me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's almost like they're doing it, but like the same way they did Ironheart.
I'm talking
where
about
like,
Marvel. I'm not talking about Disney. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
talking Marvel specifically.
Yeah, it's the same deal where they're like, well, we made it. And then instead of like DC goes, we made it, but let's just fuck it.
Throw it away.
Marvel's like, hey, we made it. Let's put Iron Lung or Iron Dick out. And you're like,
Ironheart.
this is garbage, dude.
Yeah,
Garbage.
Ironheart was pretty tough. And I say that
I went in with hopes.
the greatest expectation because we saw how, even with my problems with Wakanda Forever, I thought that character having her own show, I thought that was going to be rad.
Right.
And it had all the pieces to
All
be.
the actors around her were cool
all
too.
the pieces
cool
to be.
actors,
But
cool
again,
people.
what have I harped over the last decade?
Yeah.
Execution.
Right.
It always comes down to execution. And I don't know, they're giving these people these shows, and like they gave fucking Weinstein's assistant a fucking $250 million and a Star Wars, fucking IP to go do something with,
Stop it.
and that shit to bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you find out from that book that was published that they were just fucking rushing things to stream because they needed that.
They just needed
people
that
to-
content.
They
baby.
needed the people to pay fucking $8 a month, and so they could have that steady stream.
We can talk about this show next time.
Mhm.
But watch the trailer for Beauty, new show on FX. It's coming.
Oh, with
Yeah.
what's his face?
Yeah.
Didn't they make a movie about that?
Well, it's different. This one's based on a comic book. This is a comic book.
Oh,
from
this
like
is
10 years ago.
actual adaptation.
Mhm. It's an adaptation of a comic book that came out like 10 years ago from Image Comics called Beauty. It's pretty intense, but the
I'll
trailer
give it a
looks
go.
wild.
You know, I'll give it all a go.
The trailer, and Ryan Murphy. So it's either going to be visually just stunning and weird. Also, I guarantee you by episode 2 or 3,
Mila shows up.
it's going to get gay. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Right? There's going to be something. He did it to Monster, right? Fucking turn that show into like the weirdest. Alfred Hitchcock was gay all of a sudden. I was like, this, I didn't even know he was gay, but all right.
Oh shit. Yeah, and sometimes sometimes that gay curveball works. Sometimes it doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
That's weird.
And I understand that it needs to be represented and have inclusion and
I have
be
zero
in
problem
things.
with it. But
Look,
sometimes he likes
if
to.
you're still kicking around the idea about look, do I watch two guys kiss with as much intensity as I watch two women kiss?
No.
Not even
For sure
remotely.
not at all.
I'd be like, oh, those dudes are kissing.
I'm not like,
Yo,
oh,
these
this is
chicks are
garbage,
fucking
turn this
making
channel.
out, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I understand it. I mean, that's a part of our society now. And
Ryan Murphy likes to.
I'm okay. Yeah, it's like he likes to carry you one way and then boom, he hits you with that fucking gay uppercut, dude, and it kind of fucks everything up.
It's like that's.
And you're like, whoa,
I'm
okay.
real sure that guy wasn't even. It's like
Right.
the OJ show, all of a sudden
Yeah.
OJ's making out with a dude. You're all, I don't think OJ was gay, right?
Right. I mean, I know they say the gays run Hollywood, the gays and the Jews.
Yeah.
And sometimes they double up, and it's like they're a powerhouse. But I'm just saying, I don't know.
Robert Kardashian's having
Yeah.
breakfast with a dude. You're all, I don't. What?
Yeah.
Ryan, you're just stretching the truth on this one.
Yeah. Taking
No,
a
but,
little. What do they call that? Like literary.
Liberty.
Yeah, where you just kind of like, well, it's based on true events, and then it just vaguely resembles anything close to the true story.
But yeah, check out the Beauty trailer if you haven't watched it. It's
I'm
very
gonna.
interesting.
I haven't watched the trailer. Well, I watched like a mini trailer. It was kind of like
watch the long trailer. It's really good.
it's like one of those YouTube shorts where they kind of.
It's pretty captivating.
I mean, in the clip that I saw was just about like some dude like doing something and then like taking off, and he's in like Speedos and like a huge dong, and you're just like, Jesus.
Exactly.
I don't know. If that's what I turn into, I'll fucking take that shot.
Yeah, I'll take whatever shot it is.
I'll take it. All
It was
right.
a great time, sir. Happy New Year, everybody.
First episode of 2026. I hope everybody was able to, if anything, I hope that we were able to drown out the thoughts in your head with our mindless babble and our idiotic take on pop culture. And I'm looking forward to, we're going to do 52 episodes this year.
We're like the UFC. We're going to number them.
We're going to, we're already at like number 5. And we were coming on the end of the year.
All right.
We're going to do, I know we took a break. We'll take holidays off, but we're going to be, we're gonna, at least 45 episodes this year.
Yeah.
We might have to take some breaks here and there because life happens. But thanks everybody for coming in, listening to us act like dumbasses. And we look forward to seeing you guys next time.
Take care, folks.
See ya.